In honor of our great country, the band presents a selection based on America the Beautiful, American Fantasy. At this time, we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem, and then remain standing for the playing of the alma mater, the Otterbein Love Song.
Check, check, check.
Gotcha. You got me?
Gotcha.
Awesome.
And good afternoon. Thank you for braving the elements. And welcome to Ballinger Field at Memorial Stadium this afternoon in the Ohio Athletic Conference. The Crusaders of Capital University and the Cardinals of Otterbein University. President of Capital University, Dr. Elizabeth Paul, Faculty Representative Sally Cressa, Athletic Director Roger Ingalls, Sports Information Director Ryan Gasser, the head coach Chad Rogoszewski in his third year. President of Otterbein University, Dr. John Cumberford, Faculty Representative Dr. Jim Gorman, Athletic Director Dawn Stewart, Sports Information Director Adam Prescott, the head coach Tim Daup in his seventh year. Other games in the Ohio Athletic Conference this afternoon, all beginning at 1:30. Baldwin Wallace at Marietta, John Carroll at Wilmington, Muskingum at Heidelberg, Mount Union at Ohio Northern. Upcoming events here at Otterbein University: the Becker Gallery Art Exhibit in the Courtright Memorial Library, running now through December at 138 West Main Street here in Westerville. The Otterbein Thrift Shop open for the academic year, Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 177 West Park Street in Westerville. And the Otterbein University Tree Lighting and Holiday Feast is planned for Friday, November the 30th at 5:30 on the lawn of Towers Hall here on campus. To see all the campus events, visit the university events calendar at otterbein.edu.
Mic check, mic.
Good. Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Memorial Stadium here in Westerville, Ohio, on Otterbein University's campus for today's cross-rivalry matchup between the Otterbein Cardinals and the Capital Crusaders. I'm Zach Bird here with Kyle Zeese.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Another rainy day in the OAC, and a rivalry game like this one, crosstown, Bexley and Westerville, just a stone's throw away. So we're ready to go. I think both teams are excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you touched on it a little bit. There's about a 13-mile difference between the two schools, and like you said, a little bit of a rainy day. Not too much of a downpour, but a little bit of a sprinkle here today. So it's definitely probably going to play a little bit of a role in today's matchup.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting where most people consider, a rainy game like this, you're probably going to stick with the run game. Where Otterbein's plan has to be, they have to be able to throw the ball downfield. They have to be able to test this Capital secondary. This is a pass defense that is ranked towards the bottom in all of D3 football. And Otterbein's aware of that. Offensive coordinator Dan D'Amico is aware of that. And I would think that they're going to come out maybe throwing the rock a little bit more than people would expect.
Yeah, you kind of hit on it there a little bit. Otterbein only runs about 58 yards a game. So they don't have a very good running game, so we're going to see how that plays out here today.
And the unfortunate part about it is we're talking about, Capital's defense, they've been poor. Otterbein's offense has been very poor throughout the year. And there's no better game to get it back on track than against a weaker unit on the other side. So this is going to be a big confidence game for Otterbein. It can either go one of two ways. It can either boost your confidence or it can demolish it. And they got to come out and set the tempo and just go. Like I said, I think they're going to throw the ball a little bit more. And then going into Marietta next week, tough opponent, and then finishing up with Wilmington. They got 3 games, including today, to really set this year correctly.
Yeah, and I think for rivalry matchups, you can kind of throw all the stats out the window because they always bring a different kind of aspect to the game and different kind of mindset, I think.
Absolutely. Last year it was at Capital over in Bexley. It was a shootout. 49-42 was the final, and that both teams were throwing it all over the bar, and I mean just unbelievable play on both sides. And if you looked at the stats going into that game, if you looked at the records going into that game, it shouldn't have been that close. But you're right. Rivalry games are completely different. I think Otterbein has the edge by 1 game, maybe in the rivalry. Yeah, the series record, Otterbein 45, 44, and 3. I mean, it doesn't get much closer than that.
Yeah, without a doubt. Last year, like you said, it was a 49-42 matchup, pretty big thriller. Otterbein never trailed in that game, and it was a little different. They actually ran for 313 yards on the day, so highly unlikely we see that today. But like we said, it's a rivalry game, and you never know kind of what coaches could kind of pull out of their heads. Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting. It wouldn't surprise me to see some creativity, maybe a couple trick plays thrown in there on either side, just trying to spark a little bit of life into both sides of these teams. Capital's looking for their first win. Otterbein got the week 1 win over Ohio Wesleyan and hasn't been able to do anything since. So, I mean, this is a big game for both sides, and you're right. Let's throw everything out the window, and now it's time to play. Put it all on the field.
Yep, without a doubt. Like you said, Capital is sitting at the bottom of the OAC at 0-7 overall, 0-6 in the OAC. And Otterbein is tied with Wilmington, right above Capital in the OAC standings at 1-6 and 0-6 in the OAC. So both of these teams are looking to get a win, their first win in the OAC this year. So kind of looking at some key highlights and key factors to this game. I think for Otterbein, you have to limit the offensive juggernaut and power of their quarterback Weebler and their standout receiver Sanford.
Well, yeah, Thomas Weebler's one guy I wanted to touch on. This is a guy here. He's a senior, 6 foot, 195, and he just has a bigger presence out there on the field. He's a guy, he's going to conduct this offense correctly. He knows what he's doing, and he's going to put his offense in every opportunity to succeed. He's truly a 1/11th mentality kind of guy. He's going to do his job. Now it's time for the other 10 guys to do their job, and I think they could really move the ball down the field here with Weebler at quarterback.
Yeah, Weebler's not only one of the top quarterbacks in the OAC, but one of the top Division III quarterbacks in the nation.
Yeah, this is a guy here. He's really been, we'll put it frankly, he's been kind of undermasked by the team that surrounds him. Weebler is a guy who's got a strong arm. He's mobile, and he's going to do a lot of good things. The thing that impresses me the most about him is his ability to stand in the pocket, take a hit, stare down the barrel, and deliver a throw. And I think that's going to be crucial for him today, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, he ranks 9th in the nation at over 2,200 yards on the season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be impressive, and I think he adds to it today, and we'll see what Otterbein's defense and defense coordinator Al Moore's got dialed up for him.
Yeah, without a doubt. He's got 131 QB efficiency rating, so we'll see how it plays out. And we're here on the kickoff here. Crusaders are going to receive a kickoff here as Otterbein looks to play defense on the first round here. And received by the Crusaders at about the 5-yard line. And he's got some running room, and he may take off. And he stopped at about the 49-yard there. And that's not something you want to see if you're the Cardinals here today.
No, and it's one of the things where special teams get so underlooked anymore. However, it's a momentum shifter. It's a way, I mean, this is great field position here. You're going to sit at the 48 with a great quarterback in Thomas Weebler. right now, edge to Capital. Now, how does Otterbein respond? Now, can you settle in and force a turnover here, force him to punt?
Press box, could we please remove the play clock? The play clock on the scoreboard side is not working. We will keep it on the field.
And it looks like we have a little problem with the scoreboard here with the time clock, but going to roll on here. And it looks like Weebler's going to line up in the shotgun here. We've got a 1st and 10 for the Crusaders on the 48-yard line here. And it looks like he has Evan Butler lined up to his left. And incomplete pass there, looking to pick up the first down on that first down throw.
Yeah, just a little 10-yard out there to the boundary side. I like the play call. Good throw there by Weebler. And 2nd and 10. I like the play call. I talked about it. I think both teams are going to be aggressive, try to put it in the air a little bit more. And we'll see what they come back with here as they're going to go 2 in the backfield now.
Yeah, the Crusaders have a pretty good tendency to throw on first down. And with a quarterback like that, you can't blame them. As they line up and hand it off to Butler there, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. About a 3-yard loss there on the 2nd down.
Yeah, Ryan Tucho right there. Good read by him. And the mesh point there in between with Weebler and his running back, he's holding it in there. Tucho does a good job of waiting, being patient. Weebler has the option to keep it and come backside. And Tucho does a great job of staring that down, coming up, big loss.
Coming about a 3rd and 13 here at about the 45-yard line. See what the Crusaders look to run here in the shotgun offense.
Stacked receivers here.
Oh, and a fumbled snap there, and he's going to have to take off and run. And he's lucky to pick up about 5 yards on that play. That could have been dangerous there for the Crusaders.
Yeah, then they were essentially they're trying to get a nice little pick route out of that stack formation. They were trying to bring a hitch and a clear over top of it. He had the throw probably over here to the wide side of the field, but you're right, after the fumbled snap, trying to get his eyes back up, that's difficult to do. He gets what he can, but this is a win here for Otterbein right now, getting him 3 and out.
J.T. Thomas to receive for Otterbein.
And J.T. Thomas, oh, and that's blocked by the Cardinals. And there was, it's going to be picked up by the Cardinals there. That's a massive momentum changer there.
Yep, we just talked about it. Special teams, how is it going to change the momentum? Capital got the first one in the big return, now a blocked punt. Great field position here. And you and I talked about it last time we were together in the Heidelberg game, the inability for the Otterbein offense to capitalize in the red zone. Now you're getting the ball down here. Now how can you stay efficient, okay, and moving the ball downfield, come away with some points here? This is crucial.
Without a doubt. And sometimes the special teams can always bring that different momentum to the game that sometimes your offense just can't bring.
Absolutely, absolutely. Big play there by the Cardinals.
And it looks like, unfortunately, we got a flag on the play.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Sideline warning.
Sideline warning called against Otterbein. Also, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, penalty called against Otterbein.
And that's something you don't like to see there, especially on a big play like that.
Yeah, and that's undisciplined right there, and that's a selfish penalty to take, and we don't know what what was said, what happened, but you come away with a big play like that, and it's rather than having the ball down inside your 20, now you're backed up and you're sitting at your 37. That's a big difference. So the sideline warning, those happen with the big plays. Guys start getting out on the field, but the unsportsmanlike cannot happen.
Yeah, you get a big play like that, you get excited, you get your team in it, you get the fans back in it, but you got to keep your composure and make sure you let the offense kind of do their work and do their job. And it looks like we got Irwin lined up in the shotgun there. And little wheel route there, but that's incomplete.
Stephen Irwin's pass intended for Dakota Smith, incomplete.
Yeah, Dakota Smith obviously frustrated with that one. And I like the play design here, just getting it out into space and going early. Irwin's got to keep his shoulder down a little bit. He gets it a little high. Anytime you're throwing to a running back, these guys don't catch as much or get as much catching reps as you would think. So it's really got to be up on them so that they can catch the ball and get upfield and go north and south.
And they're
going to be a false start.
Yep, good call.
Penalty marker before the snap.
looked like it was Tyler Ronk, the tight end, started leaning.
False start. Offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
So after the penalty, from the unsportsmanlike bad pass, false start, this is, I mean, you got to dig deep here. You're sitting at second and long here. Just slowly start to gain him back, right? Just settle in. You got to be able to settle in.
Yeah, in a matchup like this, every yard matters, so you can't give up something like those.
That's a good block there by Smith.
Yeah, and Irwin, he's got room to run if he can outlast this defender here, and he's going to pick up the first down. No,
he's going to be a
couple of yards short.
3 yards short. But that's perfect. That's exactly what you needed. Good block there by Dakota Smith. Irwin saw the hole. He was able to step up, kept his eyes downfield. And when he keeps his eyes downfield, that's going to keep the secondary back. Now you got a one-on-one with a backer and who's spying Irwin. And Steve Irwin's able to scamper outside and make this a third and manageable. Good job there all around by the Otterbein backfield.
And a 3rd and 3 here, so you only got to pick up 3 yards to get the first down and likely maybe get into the red zone here. And you're going to hand it off to the running back there, and it's going to be a close one there.
Going to be short. To me, this is 4-down territory. A game like this, I think you're going for it. We'll see what Coach Dalpa.
Yeah, the offense is staying on the field here. 4th and 1.
And Cole Carter come out on the tackle. Gain of 2 to the 28. 4th down 1.
What do you think here? They run another inside run here with Dakota Smith?
No, I think you're looking at a quick hitter right now.
All right, let's see. We got 2 receivers lined to the right here with Dakota Smith in the backfield. Yeah, you called it. And that's a good – well, that's a big hit there, but he held on to the ball.
Yep, and they're going to get the personal foul for the head-to-head. Yep, so you fake the inside zone. Now you're just popping it right over top to tight end Tyler Ronk. Seam right down the middle. That's a hard route to cover, especially in a 4th and short situation. And you're going to tack onto it now after the hit to the head on Ronk. And you're going to be sitting 1st and goal. Should be about a half the distance penalty, so maybe from about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a good decision there by Stephen Irwin because you got to get that play off quick, but you also got to get some lift on the ball there.
You do, and it's a harder throw than what it probably looks like. You're right, just a little bit of touch over the linebacker's head, but that play action is really what sells it. Those linebackers are going to step up, they're going to fill, and it makes it a little easier. Have a little pop pass right over the top. Some people call that a little Y pop action right there.
And we likely know the call on the field, but we're still waiting for the referee's decision here. There's about 11:46 left in the first quarter here. Still a 0-0 matchup, but the Cardinals are pushing it up the field, and they're deep in the territory here, so they're looking to get a score on this one.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see now that they're going to be in 1st and goal.
The ruling on the field is a completed pass for a first down. There is no foul on the play.
Okay,
first
well.
down.
Well, and I'm fine with that as the officials, they got together and talked about it rather than just making a
snap decision.
Yeah, exactly. So good. And Otterbein you're still 1st and goal from the 5. We'll see if they get conservative here or if they try to take a couple shots. To me, in a rivalry game like this, I think it's 4-down territory, and I think you're going for it. I'd be surprised if they bring out a kicker here.
They got Vanderkoy running across here, and he's wide open, Ronk for the touchdown.
It is. Same look there. Now you just bring the jet motion. Okay, gets the guys moving. Boom, the jet. Backers come up again. Easy pitch and catch for 6. And those are 2 big plays there by Tyler Ronk to make up for that false start penalty that he had earlier in the drive.
Yeah, and he's usually not the starter there at the tight end, so that's big for him.
Yeah, he's done a great job. The sophomore, 6'2", 215. And he's still growing. He's going to be a big weapon for them here in the next couple of seasons.
And looks like the extra point's going to be blocked there. And, he may run it back here for a touchdown.
Well, it'll be 2 points.
Yep, he's going to be gone. He's here at the 10, 5, and, yeah, he's going to run that one all the way back.
So that should be 2 points.
Point after touchdown blocked by Cole Carter. Carter returns.
And that was Carter on the block and the return there.
Defensive conversion for Capital.
So that's going to make it 6-2.
Otterbein 6, Capital
So we
2.
touched on that earlier. 2 big plays here by the special teams that kind of maybe get these offenses and get these teams going here in this rivalry matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting development to watch. Everyone's talking about the offense and defense. Special teams got to come to the table. Capital's done it twice now with the big return to start off. Blocked field goal, obviously, or blocked PAT, and then Otterbein with their ability on the block punt. It might be an underlying storyline that's coming more to the forefront that we'll keep an eye on.
5-yard pass, Irwin to Ross.
And we'll see maybe if they change their special teams philosophy here on the kickoff after the big run back, if they try to keep more of a squib and keep it on the ground rather than giving them a chance to return.
Yeah, they had that big return in that first half, or that first kickoff, bringing it about to the 48-yard line. And about 11:25 left in this first quarter. We got a 6-2 matchup here with the Cardinals leading the Capital Crusaders.
David Hoyle to kick off for Otterbein.
And Cardinals here to kick off.
To return for Capital.
See if they go with that squib there. No, they're going to bomb it downfield. And he is brought down there, a little shorter than last time, about the 20-yard line here.
Antoine Chip on the return for Capital.
Some
little pushing and shoving down there at the end.
Little extracurricular after the whistle, but that's to be expected in rivalry games.
Something you'd love to see as well, as long as it doesn't go a little too far.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting, and that's something that the officials are now they'll have to keep an eye on, and they're the ones that are really gonna have to keep this game in check.
All right, we got a 1st and 10 here at the 20-yard line for the Crusaders, as we got a 3-receiver look on the right side of Weebler. And just a quick dart there outside. And not going to be brought down, but
yeah, and any type of throws like that in any offense, it's basically an extension of your run game right there. It's just a quick hitter to the outside. You pick up 5 yards, same thing that you would do on the route. You know, any quick hitter like that, like a hitch, bubble, quick slant, anything like that. That's essentially what it is. It's just an extension of your run game to get the ball out quick, get to the outside, and move you up into a second and manageable here.
And they switched the look here as they line the 3 receivers up on the left side of Weebler here. And that's caught there by, looks like, number 3.
Yeah.
Stanford.
Yeah, it's a good pitch and catch right there. And it looked like just a quick little curl route by Stanford. Does a good job working back to the football. Good throw there by Weebler to keep it on the outside. Catch it and fall down, and you got a first down.
And we talked about them in the pregame. Stanford, one of their best receivers here in this Crusaders offense. As they got 2 lined up in the backfield, and looks like he's going to hand off to Butler there, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield by the Cardinals defense.
Yep, that's Ryan Tucho again. Same look that we saw in the first drive. They ran the same play, tried to get an little outside stretch run to their sideline. Tucho read it well. Same thing now just to the Otterbein side. They like to do that to the boundary. They think they can get numbers outside, but a guy like Tucho reads it well. They would come back in on the backside and make a play. Good pursuit to the football there by Ryan Tucho.
So we have talked a little bit about the deficiencies in the Otterbein offense, but their defense is pretty good in the OAC. They're 4th in pass rush and total yards allowed. So it's going to be a pretty good key here for the juggernaut of the Crusaders offense. And incomplete there by Weebler.
Yeah, trying to throw it in there to it on 2 guys, but hey, he puts good touch on it, hits him in the hands, just a little bit outstretched. And now you're sitting at 3rd and long here.
3rd and 14 at the 34.
See what they'll dial up here.
Got about 9:20 left in this first quarter. A 3rd and 14 with the Cardinals still leading 6-2 here. As the Crusaders are at the 34-yard line. Weebler in the shotgun. A little pressure in the back there and right through the hands there.
So that was looked like
David Barnett.
It was Sam Pickett who came across, and he's coming across almost on a dig route, And as Weebler moves to his right, Pickett's moving to his left, so Weebler sets his shoulders and throws, but unfortunately that's a hard catch to make there for Pickett, as he's got to put his foot in the ground and try to come back for it. Obviously couldn't get it done there, and now it's the key special teams again.
Yeah, now let's see if the Cardinals can get in the backfield here and block this one as well. Or if they bring much of a aggression. Nope, going to be a clean kickoff there, or punt, excuse me. And the Crusaders going to let it roll out to about the 26.5-yard line there.
Punt is down around the 26-yard line.
Now coming up on the second drive here for the Cardinals, that last play, or that last drive, they ended up scoring a touchdown, but had that block extra point. So what are you looking for in this offense here?
Well, I think they're going to come back to a lot of the same stuff. I think you're looking at some quick hitters, maybe a little more play action, trying to suck those linebackers in. Makes it a little easier downfield. We've talked about it. This Capital secondary has struggled this year, and I think they're going to keep attacking it. It looks like the rain has died down a little bit, more of a mist here, and it shouldn't affect Irwin throwing the football at all.
Yeah, they're going to give it off to
it's Dakota Smith there.
Dakota Smith, yes. Close to a first down there. Looks like he picked up about 9.
Gain of 9 to the 35, second down 1.
And it looks like they just subbed in Tyler Ronk there, the tight end that scored that last touchdown, and he's going to come in up close there. And going to keep it on the ground here again as they pick up a pretty decent yardage there again by Dakota Smith.
Yeah, they released Ronk out there to the flat. He's kind of in a wing look off the hip of the right tackle. Just release him out into the flat. Obviously, now the Capital defense is a little more aware of him, and that opens up a good inside run there from Dakota Smith. Good job there by offensive coordinator Dan D'Amico.
And number 66 of the Cardinals, Josh Davis, had his helmet come off, so he's got to come out for a play there. That's the first and down here. Irwin looks to throw out to the flat. And looks like it's going to be caught there for about a 5-yard gain.
That's a
Reed Tucker there.
Yeah, good job there, and that's what we're talking about, just that pitch and catch. It's just a quick throw for Irwin out into the boundary side. Tucker does a good job of stopping down the route, breaking to the outside, making it an easy throw for Irwin. And it's essentially another run play is what we're talking about here. They're quick hits, they're extension of your run game.
And it looks like Vanderkoy is going to come around here with a little sweep, and didn't work out there, but you like them trying to get Vanderkoy kind of involved in the game here.
Yeah, just trying to attack the outside a little bit, and it was Cade McCaskey who comes down, the freshman from the safety position, comes down and makes a good open field tackle, going low there on Vanderkoy. So now you're sitting at about 3rd and 6, and we'll see if they dial up some play action here.
Yeah, and Peyton Vanderkoy, the senior, one of the captains here on the offense, one of the biggest keys here for the Cardinals here, as one of the biggest receivers, as he's caught 100-plus yards in the last 4 games.
So they brought Ronk out, and they're going to go by a 4 wide receiver look here.
And pressure in the backfield for Irwin. He's got to get rid of it quick. And he's going to keep it and run. Almost picks up the first down there.
He's going to make it close, depending on the spot. Oh, they give him a very fortunate spot. Man. Wow. Irwin was a yard short, but
Michael Lofo and Kobe Swackhammer come out on the stop.
And that's a good decision there by Irwin as you turn something that could have turned into about a 5 to 10 yard loss, and you end up picking up the first down.
And the key there is you're not throwing it away, you're not taking a shot. Get what you can and go. Good job there by Irwin. That's just a veteran play there by the senior.
And a handoff there to Dakota Smith. And the offense has done a pretty good job of opening up some holes there for Dakota Smith.
Yeah, they have. And what's been impressing me the most is how much time they're taking off the clock here. They're not in a rush. You know, they run a no huddle offense, but essentially the format that they have is that Dan D'Amico, the offense coordinator, he's up in the box. He's telling the assistant coaches on the field what to call. They're signaling it in. So it's a longer process to where you're still getting down there, taking some time off the clock, and keeping the momentum in your favor.
Yeah, we're coming up on just under 5.5 minutes left to go, with the Cardinals still leading 6-2. And handoff inside there again.
Dakota Smith carries.
Yeah, ideally you want Dakota Smith to put his foot in the ground there and probably come back to that on the inside. I think he saw it just a half second late. And now I think you're definitely in a passing situation here on 3rd and about 7.
Gain to the 45, 3rd down 6.
And it looks like they're going to bring in George Redding here for the Cardinals and take out Tyler Ronk.
Yeah, this is exactly what they did on the last 3rd down. Give him a true four wide look.
And the Cardinals aren't a very good 3rd down conversion team, as they only convert about 25% of the 3rd down. So let's see what they dial up here. And they're going to let Irwin make the decision here. Look for Vanderkoy there, but a little bit of pressure there when he threw that one.
Yeah, probably. I think his better option was probably Reed Tucker taking it off the top. Obviously, he saw it a little late and came down to Vanderkoy coming across the middle.
Luke Greenlover to punt for Otterbein.
That's decent coverage there by the Capital defense. And now we return to our special teams and see who's going to make a play here.
And it's going to be the first punt here for the Otterbein Cardinals, as the Cardinals are actually a pretty good punting team. So see if they can pin the Crusaders deep. And it's going to go quite a bit out of bounds there. Looks like about a lot farther than I thought, but about the 21-yard line there.
21-yard line.
So a rather decent punt there. You don't pin them too deep, but they still got to go about 79 yards to score.
Yeah, it came off the left side of his foot just a hair, probably a little more than what he wanted. And but you still got him inside at the 20-yard line, going to make him have to go 80 yards.
1st and 10 Capital at the Capital 20.
And 1st and 10 here for the Crusaders at the 20-yard line, as you got a 3-receiver look on the left side of Weebler, with Butler lined up on, and
it's going to be a false start.
Yeah, you got both sides pointing to each other there.
False start.
Yep.
Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Penalty marks the ball at the 15-yard line. 1st down, 15.
And that's crucial here for the defense, as you pin the Crusaders even further back into their own territory.
Yeah, so and I'm interested to see maybe what they go with here. If they try to run it out of here, they've favored their pass game a lot here recently. Looks like they're going to come with a 2-by-2 look. Wouldn't surprise me to see if they can hit something over the middle here.
And he's going to look deep, and that may be picked off. It is by the Cardinals defense. Looks like by number 40, Demetrius Shannon, the freshman.
Yep, they tried to go for the deep post. Not a great route there. Rather than he really needed to stick that foot inside and really get a good drive off. He kind of rounds off the route, makes it an easier read there for Demetrius Shannon, the freshman. And now another great opportunity for the Otterbein offense to come away with some points here.
And we talked about it earlier, one of the best quarterbacks in the OAC. Thomas Weebler makes a bad decision there and throws the pick.
Yeah, and it wasn't a horrible read as much as the ball. He underthrew it a little bit. Anytime you're throwing a post pattern like that, you're either missing him deep or so it's an incompletion or it's your guy getting it. You can't underthrow those routes. And like I said, I think it was a little bit of a bad route technique there, but all in all, Otterbein is going to capitalize on it.
And a good there by Demetrius Shannon by keeping his eye on the ball and ended up picking that one off. And looks like we got a flag on the play here.
Delay a game.
Offense number 4, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Quite a few penalties here in that first half, or first quarter, let alone, for both teams. As we approach about 4:16 left in this first quarter, as the Cardinals still lead 6-2. The Cardinals are backed up to the 36-yard line, 34-yard line, excuse me. And Irwin's going to have to take that one, and looks like he gets about back to the original line of scrimmage. So a nice pickup there by Irwin.
Yeah, just a quick play action. He had Jacob Carney, the tight end, number 3, quick into the flat. He had like about a 3-yard out, just play action, and he had him early. He didn't pull the trigger, and unfortunately that means he's got to take off and run. But
3-yard gain.
It'll be interesting to see if they get number 15 involved here, Jacob Lenardi, who the sophomore.
Yeah, they've liked him this season a lot.
We're going to hand up Dakota Smith, and he had a pretty good hold there by the offensive line.
Dakota Smith carries.
Yeah, it's a good carry. Now sitting here at 3rd and short. And, I mean, ultimately, Dan D'Amico's offense, he can do a little bit of whatever he wants. He can run some play action here. He can go back to the inside. We haven't seen them attack the perimeter a whole lot. The one time we did was on that quick jet there to Vanderkoy where he got tripped up. So I think you're still looking for either a run or a quick play action.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit in the pregame. The Cardinals' offense have not been pretty well in the run game, but they've done well tonight as they look to run again with Dakota Smith. And he's going to pick up the first down.
They're
As
going to
he's
get a
knocked
flag
out.
here. Probably going to be a block in the back or a hold on Otterbein.
Penalty marker on the play.
Looks like they're going to call it chop block on Vanderkoy on the outside.
Personal foul. Illegal block below the waist. Offense number 5.
Yep.
He was more than 5 yards down the
And
field.
Vanderkoy disagrees with that one.
3rd down.
And if you're Vanderkoy, the senior leader on this team, you gotta know better on that one.
Well, it's unfortunate. It's just, and that's a judgment call there. You can block below the waist within that 5 yards. You know, was he at 6 or 7? Maybe. I don't know. It's a tough call to make, but it's one you got to live with. And now you're sitting at 3rd and 10, and now it's the resolve. The play happened. The call was made. Now you got to sit back, dial up what you're going to do, and execute.
And that's going to bring it to a 3rd and 10 here as Irwin looks to throw to Vanderkoy on that one for about a 5-yard slant route. And a little extra activity there by the Crusaders and the Cardinals.
Avery Sylvester on the tackle.
So it's going to be 4th, and they 4th and about 3. It looks like they want to keep the offense out on the field. Tim Dalp's thinking about it. Yeah, they're going to go for it here. And why not? You've done a good job of moving the chain so far.
As we're inside 2 minutes here, as the Cardinals still lead 6-2. And like you said, they're going for it on this 4th and 4. And they're going to let Irwin make a decision here, and he looks a little over the head there for, it looks like, number 15, Leonardi.
Yeah.
Reed Tucker,
excuse me.
You know, you're taking a shot there. It's a comeback route, and just breaks out to the outside. Irwin, little high. I think he got hit there on the throw, so it sailed on him a little bit.
Even if you don't convert on that, you like the aggressive approach by the Cardinals here.
Yeah, I think they've been a little more successful with some nickel and dime, little dink and dunk stuff. And maybe that was more their thought, that's probably what the Crusader defense was expecting, so they tried to take a little bit more of a shot, stretch the field a little bit, and slam it down. It's not a horrible play call. You know, if it works, we're going to sit here and compliment them. So.
And a little different look here as they had, looks like number 27 lined up there, Evan Butler, the running back, to receive the.
Now Lewison on the tackle.
Yeah, so a little bit of a wildcat formation to start. Now Weebler's going to come back in. Sometimes you throw those personnel looks in there just to shake it up, give the defense something different to look at. You know, and sometimes you can get them to burn a timeout too if they don't like the look that they're in.
Yeah, sometimes the defense doesn't know what to do when they see a different approach like that they're not used to. So, like you said, we're back to the traditional here as Butler's going to get the handoff. And it's going to pick up about 6 on that play.
Evan Butler carries.
About the 35-yard line.
Ryan Tuccio makes the stop.
And he was going to be brought down by Ryan Tuccio. And we've said his name quite a bit here on the defensive side.
Yeah, he's a real leader here for this Otterbein defense. He's a tremendous linebacker. He's done a great job of taking on more of a role this year in the defense. He's only a junior. And see if they bring some pressure here on third down.
Yep, 3rd and 3, as this likely will be the last play of the first quarter as we come up on 21 seconds to go.
Good throw. Good throw, good route there. He just kind of, just a bit of a stick route. And he just sits down right at about the first down marker. And as the ball comes, now you just kind of weave it inside. You're almost playing like basketball down low underneath the rim.
Capital football, 1st and 10.
Just pivot, fall down, get yourself first down.
And that was the last play of that first quarter as the Cardinals lead 6-2 in this crosstown rivalry matchup. So what's some of the big keys you think you saw in that first quarter by both teams?
Well, I think it's what we talked about earlier with the best way to get your offense back on track is to face a weaker opponent on the defense. And so far they've done that. They've done a good job of moving the football. Otterbein has. I think Capital has had some better looks offensively, a couple drops, a missed snap here and there. So right now, I mean, that whole first quarter can just be described by the special teams. Big kickoff return, you had the punt block, you had the PAT block that led to Capital's points, and that's why we're sitting at a 6-2 contest. Both teams probably feel good about this first first quarter so far. Now we'll see maybe if they get a little more creative or if they just stick with the scheme that they got, stick with their game plan, and try to carve this one out.
Yeah, and the Cardinals have done very good on the running game tonight as they're not known for their running game, as they've already rushed for 59 yards total on the ground, with 36 coming from Dakota Smith and Stephen Irwin making some good decisions on his feet, running for 23 yards as well.
Yeah, they've done a good job of, and I think it's really going to set up the play action for them, and that's what they scored on to Tyler Ronk, was just the play action quick hitter over the top to the tight end, and I think they've done a good job of that. They got to keep the run game on the inside, keep that secondary nosy, keep the linebackers nosy, and be able to come away with a throw over the top.
And as we switch sides here for the second quarter, 1st and 10 there, and nice pass there by Weebler. As looks like he's going to pick up about 6 yards there, complete to Wyatt Pertussit.
Yeah, just not a lot of panic in this guy's game, Thomas Weebler. A lot of guys, when they feel that pressure, they're escaping, they're tucking, they're trying to do something. He does a good job. He keeps his eyes upfield. Doesn't like where he's going with it. He gives him a little pump fake, comes back, bangs it right over. And now you're sitting at 2nd and short. Good play there by Weebler.
Yep, 2nd and 5, and they got about a similar look here as they got 2 guys lined up in the backfield with Weebler. And he's going to be brought down the backfield by a host of defenders there. Nice play by the Cardinal defense to get in the backfield there.
Yeah, that was Nigel Chapman coming off the edge. Just absolutely beats the right tackle, McSweeney.
Lost to the 37-yard line.
And that's going to pin the Crusaders in a 3rd and 14. Very long 3rd down here. So likely probably get off a pass here to try to pick up the first down at about the 51-yard line.
Yeah, see if they take a shot here. Stacked look again, see if they attack the middle of the field.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to look deep, but he's pressured again in the backfield, and he's going to have to take off and run with his feet. And he's going to be brought down there, and we got a flag.
See if they pick up the face mask.
Yeah, I thought the same thing as well.
Jay Carver makes the stop.
Yeah, this is going to back up Capital even more.
Personal foul, face mask. Offense, number 17. 15-yard penalty, 3rd down. Correction, the penalty is declined, 4th down.
Yeah, decline the penalty, make it 4th down. It's a punting situation here.
And the Cardinals defense has done a pretty good job of getting in the backfield and making Weebler feel a little pressure and kind of either make a decision on his feet or get rid of the ball early.
Yeah, the receivers have struggled getting downfield, making their cuts and getting into their breaks. and ultimately the best way to take advantage of that is to get a good pass rush on Weebler, and so far the Otterbein front has done that.
And they're going to punt deep to J.T. Thomas for the Cardinals. And it's going to be fielded, and he's going to look to cut back there. And it's not going to pick up much. He's brought down by a host of defenders there.
So you're going to be on the left hash here, and I'm interested to see what offense coordinator Dan D'Amico has dialed up here. I'm going to expect a little to keep going with the inside zone, just some quick hitters maybe, but I really think he's liking Dakota Smith and what he's bringing. They tried to get the option to him earlier, just trying to get him outside on the perimeter, and we'll see if they come back and try to attack the edge a little more.
Yeah, the offensive line has done a pretty good job of opening up some holes for Dakota Smith and allowing him to kind of gain some confidence on some quick plays here. And you called it. They're going to give it to him up front here.
Yeah, and that's a solid run. Anytime you could pick up 3 or 4 yards, you're going to stick with it. I mean, that's exactly what you're looking for out of your run game. Yeah, the Otterbein offensive line, Winston Spiker, the center, and he's the junior, one of the older guys. And Josh Davis playing right tackle, Nick Hopper over at left tackle. They've done a good job of moving the line of scrimmage.
Well, and he was looking for Dakota Smith there on that quick inside pass. Incomplete there.
Yeah, and that's a good throw there by Irwin. That's one that Dakota Smith's got to have. He's got to see that thing in before he turns his head up a little too quick to start seeing what's in front of him. He's got to come away with that football.
And it's good to see the offensive line doing well tonight because they had to move around a little bit due to an injury by Anthony Andrews tonight.
Yeah, so Jared Conover, who's usually at right guard, he goes to left guard. And Spiker's still at center. Evan Canaley steps in at right guard. And Josh Davis has to slide over to right tackle. So, and those are bigger transitions than what most people think. And so far, they've done a good job with it.
And Irwin's going to look downfield on this 3rd and 7. He's pressured in the backfield and almost brought down, but he's going to run it on his feet. And a little bit of a big hit there as he's hit out of bounds. Maybe a yard short of the first down there.
Yeah, at this point, I think it's a punt here.
Yeah, they're going to bring out the punter.
Yeah, that's a safe call. Safe call there by head coach Tim Doubt. Try to flip the field here. Use this punt as a weapon. Flip the field. Trust your defense. They've done a great job so far.
And number 35, the junior Elite Greenlobber, is going to punt it to the Crusaders. And just barely stays on the edge line there.
Yeah, just nice trickler down the left sideline.
I don't think I've seen that one before.
No, and if you're Luke Greenlobber, you just say, I planned that. That was on purpose. I've been practicing that.
So that's going to pin the Crusaders offense pretty deep here at about the 21-yard line. With 11:48 left to go in this second quarter, the Cardinals still lead today, 6-2. This rather little bit of a rainy-ish day.
Yeah, a little bit of a steady mist coming down. It hasn't seemed to affect the teams too much. I mean, the ones that they've dropped haven't been anything due to the ball or due to the rain. And I think both teams are gonna try to stick with trying to throw it.
And that's gonna be hit, and that's gonna be a fumble there. And there it is again as the Cardinals get in the backfield and hit Weebler early.
Yeah, that's just a missed assignment there on the right side of the offensive line of Capital. And I believe it's McSweeney. Yeah, McSweeney's the right tackle there. And generally what happens is they didn't get the protection call. They didn't slide the correct way. If you're sliding to the left there and you're leaving a guy unblocked, generally that means you're going to have a running back in the backfield to pick that up, or you're making a fan call where you're truly going to form that pocket. Obviously some miscommunication there because that's not going to happen. That's something that they're going to look on film and be kicking themselves, and they know it right now.
Yeah, it looks like McSweeney got there just in time because Weebler looked like he was about to launch that one. So as they're pinned deep in about their 5-yard line, let's see what they draw up. And Little quick out pass there, and he's got some running room. Looks like number 5, Connor McLeod, the senior.
Yeah, Wibbler does a good job of stepping up and keeping his eyes downfield. Most quarterbacks are just going to be tempted to keep that. He sees his option to the outside, gets him out to the flat. He's able to make a guy miss and get yourself back into a 3rd and 10 here. Productive play there by the Capital offense.
Yeah, and he had some room to run on that one. He probably had about 10 yards he could have picked up, but he got his receivers in the game and was able to pick up probably about the same 10 yards there.
Yep. Put the ball in the guy's hands who can make a play.
And we're on about a 3rd and 10 here as we get back to the original line of scrimmage. And pressure deep there again. But he gets it off, and to number 21, Dylan Schoonover, the sophomore, for about a 6-yard gain.
Well, and that's a great job of the Otterbein defense for staying home there and staying contained.
Offside. Defense number 8, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty.
That's tough there for the defense.
Yeah, that's tough because that was a great job there by the Otterbein defense. It's a quick screen. They bring the jet action away and then come back to the screen to the boundary. And Otterbein does a good job of not getting sucked up into the jet. But ultimately that's wiped out. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And looks like they're still going to let, and he's pressured early again. But he's going to get it out to Dylan Schoonover again. Looks like pretty similar play they ran there as well.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one's more of a. Yeah, they were just trying to get a quick hit out here to the flat and try to get him upfield. But if it was ruled incomplete, even if he'd have caught it, he just basically got back to the line of scrimmage because it was a pretty shallow route there. And a good rally to the football by the Otterbein defense. And this is why I think Tim Daup feels confident in being able to punt the football because he's able to trust his defense. They used the last punt as a weapon. They flipped the field. Now you're looking to get the ball back after this punt in some pretty good field position.
Yep, and J.T. Thomas is down deep to receive the punt. And pretty high-arcing punt there by the Crusaders. And that's, Crusaders are going to get that one. That's a bad play by Thomas.
Yeah, and that's hard when you're backpedaling, and then what happens is you're flipping your shoulder, and if try looking up and spinning around looking at the ceiling is especially what happens. Now you're trying to find a football. It's hard to make. It's a hard play to make, and in his mind he knows he's got to catch it and try to stop it from rolling, but instead just pops right out, and that is a very, very tough position to play. And they make it look easy on Sundays, but that's a tough one, but a tough break here for Otterbein. And the break that Capital needed.
Yeah, I think that one went about 10 yards deeper than he thought, which forced him to backpedal. But I think you got to let that one bounce. And if it goes in the end zone, it goes in the end zone. If not, it's better than giving up the turnover there. Oh, a little bit of trick play there, and that's going to be caught for a touchdown there by number 12, Wyatt Pertuset.
Well, I talked about it before we came out here. I think someone's gonna have to dial up a trick play, and Capital dials it up first, just in the right nick of time. You got the momentum swing. Otterbein thought they were getting off the field, thought they were gonna get a shot of water. Nope, you got to hustle back out, catch them while they're on their heels, and they do just that. That's the time that you take a shot right there. So Capital's gonna take the lead with that. Good play call there, good execution, and just an unfortunate series of events there for Otterbein.
And the Crusaders blocked the last punt, or the last field goal, by the Cardinals, and Cardinals almost got there on that one, but it's going to bring the score to, looks like 9-6 here for the Crusaders as they regain the lead with 9:36 left to go in this second quarter.
9:36 second quarter, Capital 9, Otterbein 6.
And a little fun fact here, that last catch there by Wyatt Pertuset. He is the junior receiver here for the Crusaders, and he was actually featured on Outside the Lines, Underreported Stories last week.
Oh, really?
For being the first openly gay college receiver to catch a touchdown pass.
Wow. Making news. Big news here in small town.
It's always good to see smaller Division III schools get national news like that.
Yeah, Outside the Lines, it's a great ESPN program. Makes you realize, the actual lives of these kids. They're not just numbers on a jersey and pieces to a puzzle. They're the lives that they live and the ups and downs of every college student. Great work.
And it's going to be the first kickoff here by the Crusaders.
Kickoff for Capital.
And it's going to be returned at about the 5-yard line there. And he has some running. Oh, looks like he tripped up there about the 20.
Yeah, just tried to put his foot in the ground and cut back up, but falls down, and see if the Otterbein offense can get something rolling here before half.
Reading down at the 23-yard line.
So the Cardinals are going to start their drive here at about the 23-yard line. First and 10 with 9:29 left to go here in this second quarter. As you got that 3-receiver looked on the right side as they bring number 87 inside.
That's Tyler Ronk there.
Ronk. And Irwin's going to look too, and he's hit. He balls out. And picked up by the Crusaders there.
Irwin's down.
Stephen Irwin, back behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's not good there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's having a hard time getting up.
Yeah, he was hit pretty hard there.
Probably took a good shot there to the ribs.
Yeah, looks like he might have got the wind knocked out of him there, but luckily he's able to walk off.
Yeah, tough break there for the Cardinals again. And a huge momentum shifter for the Capital offense here. And this is what we talked about, same thing that happened on the last time. Right when the Otterbein defense gets off the field, feel like you can have a break, you know, get some water, get some things straightened out. You're right back into it. Someone's grilling hot dogs or something. We got the fire alarm going off here.
And he looked deep in the end zone there, but that's incomplete.
Thomas Wibbler's pass intended for Dar Stanford, incomplete.
And that was for Dar Stanford. As we said, he's the big target receiver here for that Cardinal, or for the Crusader offense.
Yeah, I think they're going to keep taking their shots here at the end zone, really try to pound this one home and go into halftime with a big lead.
And thus far, Dar Stanford's only caught 2 balls here tonight for 19 yards. So maybe one of the big reasons this offense has kind of struggled here today. As Weebler's lined up in the shotgun again. See if he looks towards the end zone. And he does, but a little miscommunication there.
Yeah, right there in his route, that's a good
That's a good defensive play there.
Good stick there by Deshaun Jefferson, number 6, the corner on the outside. And he's working against a big, tall receiver, and he doesn't get the push off that he needs. And now you're sitting at 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and after the Cardinal offense gives up a fumble, the best thing you could do as a defense is hold the Crusader offense to at least a field goal.
Yeah, that'd be huge right now.
And keep them out of the end zone. And they're going to look towards the end zone again. And Weebler's pressure in the backfield. He's going to throw it in the end zone, and that's picked off there by the Cardinals defense. Looks like that's by number 21, Deshaun Jefferson.
21's Blaine Voorhees.
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, yes.
Yeah, there's a flag down, so let's see. The interception should still count.
Illegal forward pass. Offense. The penalty is declined. Result of the play is an interception. First down.
Yep, so Weebler was just in front of the line when he made the pass. Obviously declined by Otterbein, and they're going to get the ball back. And it's Bryce Hall coming in, so it's Steve Irwin still down here on the bench getting looked at, getting taped up. Looks like on that throwing arm.
Yeah, it looks like he's going back to the field, so he may come back in on this next play.
Yeah, they might keep this drive here with Bryce Hall just to see if they can get a little continuity. and then they can always go back to Irwin.
Yeah, and the Cardinals are pushed deep inside their and that's a good play there. Just get a couple yards. Try to get out of your end zone.
Yeah, Bryce Hall, he's a bigger kid, but not exactly known for his legs there. And it's essentially the same thing as a quarterback sneak and an inside run. You're just trying to get out of your end zone, give yourself some breathing room. He's 6 foot. He's the sophomore from Jackson, the Jackson Ironman. His father's the head coach down there. And he's 6 foot. He's 220 pounds. And, you know, you like him to use his legs there a little bit, but only able to pick up one. And Jackson's got a big matchup coming up this week. They're the number 7 seed. They'll play the number 2 seed, Granville, the Blue Aces.
And it looks like Bryce Hall is going to stay in the game here. And it's incomplete to Vanderkoy, but we got a flag on the play again.
Penalty marker on the play.
And Vanderkoy looks like he might be a little shaken up as he comes out.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit, number 19 defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Well, we talked about the undisciplined earlier in the unsportsmanlike penalty on Otterbein. This is an undisciplined penalty here by Capital. You've got your defense in a great situation, and you take a late hit, and now this is great momentum for the Cardinal offense and Bryce Hall.
Yeah, and it gives you a little more breathing room as well as you're at about the 17-yard line here with 8:20 left in this second quarter. And it's going to be a handoff to Dakota Smith, and he's got some running room there. Looks like he might pick up the first down. Another flag here.
Penalty marker on the play.
Yeah,
we've seen quite a few of those. What do you think the call is here?
It's going to be an unsportsmanlike. We'll just see who they call it against. Canale, who's at right guard, was in there.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 40. 15-yard penalty.
Well, good job there by Bryce Hall. Dakota Smith, he was lined up to the short side of the field. Bryce Hall checks him over to the right side. And then that way they're able to get the handoff to the boundary and pick up some positive yards there.
Penalty marks the ball at the 41-yard line. Otterbein football, 1st and 10.
And that's going to break the 1st and 10 for the Cardinals offense as they're at the 39-yard line. Or 41-yard line, excuse me. And they got Bryce Hall lined up in the backfield again. And handoff to Dakota Smith up the gut. And it looks like he gets about back to the line of scrimmage there.
Dakota Smith with the carry.
As looks like Vanderkoy is going to come back in the game here. Good sign there for the Cardinals.
Wyatt Long and Drew Salegny on the tackle. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 41.
So you're going to get a 3-by-1 look here. Rock's now going to come over for a 2-by-2. See if they let Bryce Hall throw one here.
And it looks like they will. You called it. And he's looking deep there for Vanderkoy. And both guys go up for it and almost picked off on that one.
Yeah, that one hung up in there a little longer on Hall. What happened? So Bryce Hall, he play action now. He gets back in his drop and he kind of launches off his back foot, not really driving his body into it, and that ball sails on him. So it was a good route there by Vanderkoy, just a quick corner route. It's a smash concept, so you got a hitch from your number 1, and your number 2's got a corner route. You're just reading the corner, so Hall makes the right read, good route. Just throwing it off the back foot, sails on him a little bit, gives the defensive back time to recover, or excuse me, the safety to get over there and recover. And now you're sitting at 3rd and 10.
And Vanderkoy, who was shaken up a couple of plays ago, is helped off by the training staff here for the Cardinals. And that's not a good sign for the Cardinals as he's one of your leaders on their receiving corps.
Yeah, he's a guy who's battled injuries throughout his whole career. And especially this year, the senior.
Yeah, 5th-year senior, so he's coming up on his last couple games in a Cardinal uniform.
3rd and 10 at the 41.
And 3rd and 10 here as Bryce Hall is still left in the game here. So let's see if they give him another shot downfield to pick up that first down. Or if they hand it off to Dakota Smith, play it safe. And they're going to let him throw it downfield. And that's caught there.
That's a great read.
Very nice play.
They lined up in a cover one, and they rolled. They were playing man, and then they rolled to it. They rolled the corner. The guy who's over top of number 2, they rolled him back to the high safety spot. So now you got a backer playing on a receiver. Bryce Hall recognizes it, puts it right down the middle. Nice seam throw there, right on the hash. That's a great play there by the sophomore.
And a little run inside here for Dakota Smith. About a 2-yard pickup there. And the Cardinals offense has done a pretty good job of balancing the run game and the throw game here today, pass game.
Yeah, they have done a good job. Dan D'Amico's done a good job of keeping it balanced. And, again, it leads to those play-action passes, which has been really effective for them so far. And we'll see if they stick with maybe a play-action look here. Second down, wouldn't surprise me if they take a shot here.
Yeah, and the Cardinals' running game has done a pretty good job of showing up tonight as they've run for 69 yards already tonight in this first half. We still got 6 minutes left, and Bryce Hall is going to take this one on his own. Little design run play for the quarterback there. About a yard short as he was stopped by Murray with the Crusader defense.
Good job there by Bryce Hall. Anytime you're a quarterback running the football, you know, you're probably not going to be able to dance away from anyone, so you're just falling forward. You're running north-south, getting what you can. Bryce Hall's done a great job so far entering this game.
And another play here is Bryce Hall's. He's going to pick up the first down and a little bit more. As they're going to be about the 10-yard line now as they're pushing deep.
Yep, Dakota Smith's going to check back in, see if they keep it on the ground with him.
5 yards to the 11.
And we talked about this a little bit in the pregame on if the Cardinals can convert once they're in their red zone.
Yeah, we'll see what Bryce Hall can do with him at the helm. You know, statistically, first down's a time that you maybe take a shot to the end zone depending on the look that you get. But with Dakota Smith in here, they may try to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, looks like they do as he runs to the left side, and he's going to pick up quite a few there as he's got about 3 more yards until he's in the end zone.
Evan Butler and Michael Lopo on the tackle.
It looks like the Cardinals going to bring in number 87, Tyler Ronk again, who scored the first touchdown for the Cardinals on the first drive.
Yep, he's a key player right now for their offense, and the Crusader defense knows it. Stack down here to the bottom of the screen gives you a good man beater route.
On this second down with about 2 yards to go, and quarterback's going to keep it here, and looks like he stopped short.
Yep, stuffed just short.
Bryce Hall on the carry.
Gives you a first down, though.
It does, yes.
So now he's going to be first and goal.
Tackle by Michael Lopo. 2 yards to the 1.
So you got 4 extra plays to get about a yard inside the touchdown.
They've done a good job, everything inside here today. Now Capital's obviously going to load the box.
See if they go the same thing here. They're going to give it to Dakota Smith, and he's brought down for a little bit of a loss there.
Dakota Smith, the ball carrier.
And that's the second time they brought George Redding inside to cross.
Yeah, they bring him on the jet, and then you just essentially it's just a misdirection play coming back across with Dakota Smith. They didn't get the bite out of the Capital defense that they were hoping for. They were hoping for a couple more guys to trail with him, and then maybe they were able to come back and walk one in. But so good job there by that right side of the Capital defense, staying home, staying honest.
Let's see as they bring Redding again. And they're going to keep it on the floor, on the ground, and looks like he might be in. Bryce Hall, that's a touchdown for the Cardinals.
Yep. Good job there by Bryce Hall coming in and being able to lead him right down the field.
A 2-yard touchdown
Mix of some run and pass. Him able to do it with his legs. And that's a big boy there, 220 pounds running the football at you. That's not fun. So I think we'll probably see Bryce Hall stay in this game.
I know I definitely wouldn't want to stand in his way.
Yeah, and I mean, it just gives you a different look, and it's nothing against Steve Sr. He's done a great job. It's just anytime you can get a different look, and if you have the luxury of being able to play with 2 quarterbacks and being effective with them, you know, you just got to do what's going to give yourself the best chance to win, especially in a big game like this, rivalry game. You know, it's a must-win for both teams. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see Bryce Hall for the rest of the show here.
And with that extra point, that's going to bring the Cardinal lead to 13-9 with just over 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half.
Yeah, and that's plenty of time for either side here to punch one in before halftime. So this is a huge possession for Capital. And remember, Capital received the ball first, so Otterbein will get it to start the second half, which makes this even more critical for the Capital offense to come away with some points before halftime.
And with that last drive for the Cardinals, I feel like they did a very good job in the red zone of not only the play calling, but the decision-making by the quarterback in Bryce Hall and also the running game from Dakota Smith as well. As looks like the Cardinals going to kick off here. Short punt there, as it's only going to go up to about the 21-yard line, or 19-yard line, excuse me. And they're going to have some running room there by number 31, Antoine Ship, the junior. 5'10", 175 junior. So with about 3:26 left in the second quarter, right before halftime, let's see if this Crusader offense can correct their mistakes in that last one and drive down the field and maybe score a touchdown before the halftime, like you said earlier.
Yeah, it's a big possession here for both teams. That stack look here again down at the bottom of the screen.
And he's going to be pressured in the backfield again. He's got to take it and run.
Yeah, good outside pressure there while the Otterbein defense really collapses the pocket, makes Weebler step up. Nothing really to go for downfield because nothing had developed yet because of the good pass rush.
And Weebler's been pressured all night by this Cardinal defense as he's only thrown for 45 yards on the night.
Yeah, and it's mostly been from that outside pressure. They only have three down linemen. It's a 3-4 look here for Almore's defense, and they're usually bringing one or two extra, and Weebler's just not sure which side it's coming from.
Yeah, and he's known to be able to throw the ball, as in the last two matchups he's thrown for over 750 yards.
Well, on that one right there, that's only a three-man rush, and he still hurried and hit on the throw, which just shows you the struggles of this Capital offensive line to this point. And it's hard to get anything going if you're only rushing three guys and can't convert, can't get anything moving. Really limits your play calling ability.
And they haven't burned much time on the clock because there's still 2:42 left on this 3rd and 9. So the Cardinals are going to get the ball back likely if they make a stop here. And they're going to have some time to make some plays and hopefully score before halftime as well. So Weebler in the shotgun as he runs out to the left. And nothing downfield, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield.
Yeah, Jake Harper, the senior.
Jake Harper with the tackle for the Cardinals.
First charge timeout, Otterbein.
And a good timeout called there by Tim Daup.
Yep, it's 4th down here. So it's a punting situation, one would assume. And obviously the last time we were in this look, the fumbled return led to a Capital touchdown. So they're going to sharpen this up, make sure everyone's good to go. Remind guys of their keys and just get the ball back and try to come away with some points again before half. That was a big series there by the Otterbein defense. We talked about their pass rush. You know, you're really only rushing 3 or 4 guys, and it's effective for you. So what it's doing is it's still allowing you to have 7 or 8 guys in coverage. And I mean, there's not a lot you can do there as Thomas Weebler, no matter how good of a quarterback you are. If you're playing with a struggling offensive line like that, guys are having a hard time getting out of their routes. And Otterbein's making it hard on the Capital offense.
Yeah, and if you're JT Thomas here for the Cardinals, you want to make sure you make a good decision here on this one in order to give your offense a little bit of time to drive down the field and hopefully make some plays. That's a high snap there. But he still gets it off, and Thomas is going to let that one bounce. Good decision there. It's going to roll out to about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that's a good punt. You punt it away from him, get the roll, flip the field, and Bryce Hall led him for about 99 yards on the last one. So maybe 85 is not so bad.
About 2:20 left to go in this second half as the Cardinals still lead 13-9 as they're going to start this drive at the 15-yard line on this 1st and 10 with Bryce Hall still in the backfield with Dakota Smith lined up on his left side as they got 2 receivers on each side here. And they're going to throw it downfield here. And was that one caught? Looks like it was, yes.
Just cover one there by the Capital defense. Their safeties are playing at about 10 yards off.
And that was caught there by the sophomore, George Redding. And the Cardinals looking to go a little faster pace here. And look toward Redding again as he gets out of bounds on that one for about a 5-yard gain.
You know, I've been really impressed with Bryce Hall so far, but especially on those last 2 passes. That's just a guy having confidence in his guys. He's anticipating the throw. He's not waiting for them to get open. He's anticipating it, able to put it in the shot where he wants it. And this offense has really responded to Hall here at quarterback.
Yeah, and he's only a sophomore, so he's likely going to take over the reins next year.
Yeah, and he's a guy that has a high future here.
And he's looking toward deep downfield to, looks like, number 8.
Yeah, that one there, it's similar to a smash concept. Now they bring the dig from number 1 and then the corner from number 2. So it's a similar read, but the corner for Capital looks like, yeah, it was Jordan Duncan. Does a good job of getting off of the dig and working back to the corner route. Good defensive play. 3rd and about 6 now.
Yep, 3rd and 6 with 1:37 left, so you still got plenty of time if you can pick up this first down. As you're at about a 30-yard line here. So you still got to go quite a ways, but plenty of time. And they're going to give it to Dakota Smith, and he picks up quite a few yards there in the first down. About a 10-yard gain there.
Dakota Smith carries.
Yeah, and it's a really great thing to have for Dan D'Amico, the offensive coordinator, to know that you can pick up 6-7 yards a pop by throwing it or your run game. It's keeping this Capital defense off balance.
And Bryce Hall looks downfield to Redding, and that's just right through his hands on that one.
That's a great throw there by Bryce Hall. That's exactly the look that they were looking for. Just a quick post there on the inside by Redding. He runs a good route, puts his foot in the ground, and is able to get to the middle of the field.
And maybe the rain had a little bit to do with that one because that was right in his grasp.
Yeah, I think it's a focus thing and a little bit of a quick anticipation to get upfield. But you're right, a little bit of a missed here still.
And a little miscommunication there as the receiver wasn't turned around completely on that one before Bryce Hall let that one go.
Yeah, Tuggle breaks to the inside. Hall expecting a break to the outside.
And we'll keep an eye on this, but it looks like Dakota Smith was a little shaken up on a couple plays ago as was being looked at by the trainers, but it looks like he's okay.
So 3rd down and 10 here. If they want to go to the run, it's probably going to be Bryce Hall.
Yeah, they're going to run it up there. Looks like by...
That's Nick Hopper.
Nick Hopper, yes.
Freshman left tackle is down. Now you're in an obvious punting situation here, which is fine. I mean, again, you're using this punt as a weapon to flip the field. Your defense has done a great job being out there. And like to be able to go in to the half with a lead and then get the ball back to start the second half.
And that was Mitch Moyer, the running back there, that ran that last play there. And if you're the Cardinals here, like you said, it's a likely punting situation, but you did burn quite a few minutes off the clock here as there's a 1:03 left, and once you get the punt off, it'll be about a little under a minute left for the Crusaders to drive down the field. But if you're the Cardinals, you likely, if you get a stop on the defensive end, you're still going into halftime with a 13-9 lead, so it's got to be a positive if you're Tim Delp.
Yeah, and this is pretty much everything we expected from a rivalry game. Both sides have done a lot of good things. Both sides have done some poor things. You know, a little bit of sloppiness with the football, and I mean, it's still anybody's game. I think Otterbein's done a great job of settling into this one offensively and moving the football. But right now, this Otterbein defense is done a great job of eliminating any sort of threat from Weebler.
Yeah, they've been able to get into the backfield quite a few times. If they've hit him once to get that fumble that they eventually scored on.
Yeah, some big turnovers in this one. Blaine Voorhees had the interception. You're right. You talked about there was the big fumble. And then same thing the other way. There was the hit on Steve Irwin. That was a recovery by Capital, set up their scoring opportunity.
And there has been 2 turnovers each for each team here, and they played quite a critical role in kind of the offenses being able to gain some momentum and score.
Yeah, they're huge, and turnovers is one thing that it's very underlooked when you look at it, but what happens with turnovers is a thing that you can't really measure, and that's the momentum shift. And I've referenced the momentum a couple times today already, just talking special teams, but it's huge. You know, if you can flip the field, get your offense back out there, it just changes everything. It changes the dynamic on your sideline. It changes the crowd momentum. It changes everything, and that's why those are, you know, any time you have a turnover possibility, it's crucial to come away with it.
Yeah, and if you're the Cardinals here, you're not only excited for your offense as a couple of plays ago, they drove that 99 yards into the red zone and eventually scoring that touchdown to give them a 13-9 lead. But overall, you've already scored 13 points here tonight, and you're only averaging 7.9, which is the least amount in the OAC.
Yeah, they've done a good job of just sticking to their game plan and executing, and it's good to see that Nick Hopper is able to walk off.
Yeah, and he was down for quite a while, but like you said, it's very good to see him walk off, and hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, he's going to be a key player for them. Like we said, he's only a freshman, 6'4", 265, playing such a crucial position at left tackle.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take him straight back to the locker room as the Cardinals look to punt here. And going to take a bounce out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. So the Crusaders offense is going to have about 57 seconds to drive the field if they elect to. So if the Crusaders offense looks to throw again here with Weedle, let's see if the Cardinal defense is able to get into the backfield and pressure him again.
Just looking on the sidelines here, it looks like Peyton Vanderkoy's night is done. He's got the arm wrapped up. He's in a sweatshirt, so unfortunate there for the senior. But it appears his night is done.
Zach Smith on the tackle.
And Zach Smith brings down the running back there as he picks up about a 9-yard gain. So it looks like they might just run out the clock here and just get into halftime and make some adjustments. And yeah, they're going to hand that one off again as looks like they might pick up the first down there.
Well, and as much as you'd like to be able to throw the ball with a guy like Thomas Weebler, unfortunately, it's impossible right now with the Otterbein pass rush. And we've talked about it. Otterbein's done a great job of coverage and not allowing the Capital offense and receivers to get out of their breaks and make any big plays downfield.
And coming up on likely the last play of the quarter here. Weebler is going to throw it here to the running back and pick up a couple of yards there before being brought down, as that was caught by Butler. And that was the last play there. So Cardinals are going to be heading into the locker room with a 13-9 lead over the Capital Crusaders here. Some of the big keys, I think, were obviously, like we said, the Cardinal defense being able to get into the backfield and disrupt Weeble. Being able to make him throw the ball early or make decision with his feet, or they were able to hit him a couple of times and make him lose the ball there that one time and pick up that fumble.
Yeah, the Otterbein defense has done a great job, and we've talked about schematically with Al Moore, the defense coordinator. It's huge. They're only rushing 3 guys, and they're disrupting everything up front for Capital. And doing that is you're making Weebler throw the ball quick to your receivers who still aren't being able to get out of breaks, and great coverage downfield. And this is just a struggling Capital offense, and Otterbein's defense is really taking advantage of it. You know, if you can have a pass rush the way that Otterbein has today, especially with only 3 guys doing it, it makes your job a lot easier anywhere else on the defense. So that's a great half of defensive football for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and as well, looking on the offensive side, the rushing game for the Cardinals has shown up tonight as they've ran for 103 yards between 4 different backs here tonight, including the quarterback.
Yeah, so Dakota Smith really led the way. He's done a great job of stabilizing that kind of run-pass option look. And Bryce Hall has done a great job of coming in, and he's able to take him up the gut and just get what he can. Talk about him, 6 foot 220 sophomore Bryce Hall, and he's done a great job of really stepping in and conducting this offense. As we mentioned, the 99-yard score, that drive that he was able to put together. So I think you go into halftime now, you can settle in, make the adjustments that you need on both sides of the football, and they're going to get the ball to start the second half here. And I think we're in for a pretty good second half.
I think so as well. So heading into halftime, the Cardinals have a 13-9 lead, and we hope to see you back here for the second half.
At Otterbein have been very important to me since it's been one of the reasons why I actually came to Otterbein. And since I've met a lot of they've really helped me inside and outside the classroom. What can we do to accelerate you past just a diploma to really be important in the workforce and be an asset to a company in the future? And also, at the same time, develop your personal skills and develop you as a person.
So the internships I've had, freshman year I was a virtual intern for a company called Social Media, delivered in Dallas, Texas. And sophomore year I was a virtual intern for a company called Entice Online in New York. Junior year I was an intern in Columbus, Ohio for a nonprofit called One Girl. And then most recently, I was an intern in Los Angeles for a company called Fullscreen.
I've been with Nationwide 16 years. We recruit Otterbein students because of the talent that the university brings here. They're nice people. They're technically savvy. They're also continuous learners. Having that desire to always be a learner is important to us. And I guess one other trait that I find important is good communication skills. The diversity of thought that's brought to the programs, the challenge that the students get. And for us, it's just the energy level and enthusiasm that the students brought that made us really look seriously at bringing them on board and ultimately have them become a full-time associate.
So I was very fortunate to get an internship with a company called Exos, and they were contracted by Google. So my job was to come to Google, and I would run gyms, and then when I wasn't doing that, the other 4 hours of the day, I would be working on health promotion programs. Otterbein did a really great job preparing me for this internship because I knew how to program for all that. I had classes and curriculum that I knew exactly what to pull from. I just felt completely prepared for all the questions I had. It was really cool.
Coming into Otterbein, freshman year was an engineering student. I applied to a couple internships. I got a call back from not only Honda, but Nestle, another company called Lakeshore, and I was able to set up interviews. Was very blessed because just being a freshman and not even having all that experience, that alone we got told was just an outstanding achievement. Even if you didn't get the job, just having that opportunity, and just blessed enough to actually land the job. So I got to, just from walking into Otterbein, have that opportunity to not only be a student, but also already be in contention for something bigger.
I think a lot of the experiences that I've had will make me stand out, especially because a lot of the people that I've talked to, they don't have 3 to 4 internships like we come out with. They don't have research experience with a professor and a group of students. They don't have the opportunity to be published like we do, and especially being able to go and present at the National Zoo Conference that I was able to do is something that most people don't have on their resume until much later in life. So I think that is something that is definitely going to make me stand out and be competitive.
I don't know of anything in this region that is like this.
This is the point, the exact location where education, industry, business research, and government are meeting. Not only is the point changing how students learn, it has the potential to distinguish this university and its long-standing partner, the City of Westerville. It also stands to serve as one of the most innovative and unique assets in the entrepreneurial ecosystem of Central Ohio.
There are a lot of innovation centers across the United States, either linked to universities or just independent. What we believe is really unique about this facility is that we've brought the community in, we've brought businesses in as tenants, and we've brought our academic programs all together, collaborating in one facility. And it's not necessarily entrepreneurship based or student startup based or student directed based. It's really about the collaboration and the partnership and the great things that we can create and develop with those partners all together working in the same facility.
This has been a dream come true for us, to be able to have a place to go where we have the capability, we have the facility and the equipment to do what we need to do to create solutions.
It will allow us to have an environment in which our engineering students here at Otterbein will work alongside of practicing engineers on projects for the companies who are resident in the center and with our industrial collaborators who bring projects to the center.
The work that is happening here will give students, corporations, businesses, and community partners new perspectives about how things can and should work. It will be a model example of all that collaboration can produce. The point is what happens when you have the right partners in the right position at the right time.
The vision and the execution is significantly bolder than what I frankly first understood and imagined. And as you know, coming in and seeing it for the first time, and then also being a resident here over the last several months, there's just a significant energy in this facility and in this at the point that gets me really excited. I think it's actually going to be one of the biggest things to happen, if you will, from a maker perspective, so in the hardware development here in Central Ohio.
At the point, we are integrating and applying classroom learning as students engage in industry projects from prototype development to capstone experiences to internships, working side by side with industry professionals. They will come to understand the process of moving idea generation and product design to the marketplace.
We've done as much as we can from an applied learning perspective. We're integrating design thinking and problem-based learning into all of our programs that are here, and really being able to offer the students an opportunity to go from the classroom into the lab, and then perhaps even then going one step further and going into a business partner to work in the afternoon. I think that gives our students this opportunity that you wouldn't get anywhere else.
What I really like about the program is the fact that they're integrating not only the theoretical work, but also the ability for the students to apply that theoretical knowledge in the labs. They seem to be able to complete projects, articulate those projects to an audience, and explain how they came about, their logic, and demonstrate the designs and the different concepts that they put together.
This building has become physically transformed, but so has our partnership, so has education for the future. This is just going to be, I think, the best thing ever, and I'm so excited to see this as it progresses.
Just as Towers Hall has served as the iconic facility defining our past, the Point will serve as the physical manifestation of Otterbein's future. The future calls for experienced problem solvers and bold mindsets. The Point is where these leaders will learn differently. This is how higher education works in the 21st century at Otterbein.
Capital sideline versus the Otterbein sideline. The Capital sideline is into this. I mean, they are feeling it. They know they have the win within their reach, something they haven't tasted this year. And the Otterbein sideline's pretty flat right now, and that's what's got to change. This is where your senior leaders need to step up, realize it's okay. We can work back from this, and there's still a lot of ball game left to be played.
Yeah, and if you're the Crusaders, you don't have much to lose. You've already 0-7. The only thing you have is to gain and win tonight.
Absolutely.
And high snap again there.
Screen.
And that's going to be likely a first down. There it is.
Butler's pass complete to Evan Butler.
For Evan Butler, the running back.
Ryan Tuccio and Colton Miles on the tackle.
The reverse of a play we saw earlier where they bring the jet and then the screen to the short side. Now they fake the screen to the short side and just dump it off on a little flare out to the field, able to move the chains. Good play call.
And that's going to move the change there for a 1st and 10 here. And Weebler's going to be brought down in the backfield there. See where they mark his progress at.
Forward progress, I'm going to only lose him a yard or two, but Ryan Tuccio making his presence felt here. It's good. Boost of energy for this defense.
Yeah, and the Cardinal defense isn't giving up hope. They're still getting in the backfield and rushing the quarterback.
This defense has done a great job, minus the one miscommunication that they scored on earlier. This is a free play.
Wondering if they were going to call that one.
Yeah, they're going to call it an offside, so they get a free play. And not sure.
Yeah, not sure what the confusion is on this one. Seemed like a pretty easy call to make.
Offside. Defense number 52. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Yep.
2nd down.
So that's going to move it 5 yards forward for the Crusader offense. And I think maybe the confusion was where the spot of the ball was.
Yeah, so it's and the rule has changed a little bit over the years as far as a lot of, especially at the high school level, is they're blowing it dead from the start, so it eliminates the free play. And I'm not sure if they were able to decline that. I don't know about the rule anymore, but still keeps them at 2nd down.
And Weebler lined up in the shotgun with Butler to his left, and they faked the handoff there. And he threw that one a little too deep, out of bounds on that one.
Big hit there by Jake Harper coming up on the blind side, and Weebler felt it, and he just had to let it go. Hare second earlier than he did like to.
3rd and 7 at the Otterbein 35.
And that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 here at the Otterbein 35 with 3:56 left to go in this 3rd quarter, as the Capital Crusaders still lead the Cardinals 16-13 here at Memorial Stadium. So with Weebler pressured on that last play, let's see if they elect to keep it on the ground here on this 3rd and 7 with Butler, number 27, to Weebler's left. And they're going to look for another pass play as he's pressured again in the backfield, see if he gets it off. He's looking for the end zone. And that's going to come up short there. As Weebler was knocked to the ground.
So an interesting decision here on 4th down for Capital. Do you go for it? Do you punt and try to pin them? I highly doubt you got a kicker that could make this.
Yeah, looks like Weebler's staying on the field.
Yep, they're going to go for it.
And so far, they are 1 for 1 on 4th down conversions here tonight. What do you think? Good call?
At this point, why not? I mean, you're looking at it this. If you say to yourself, we're in 4-down territory, you got to stick with your guns.
Yeah, you got to pick 7. You got to pick up about 7 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And another high snap there. Weebler's able to control it, and he's pressured again. And
it's going to be close.
Another close one here. Looks like it might
They're,
be a
yep,
first.
they're going to give it to him. They're giving him the first.
Yeah, nice decision there by Weebler to stay
Yep.
composed and
Good
make
job.
a good call.
Yep, buying time. Just resets his feet. Doesn't panic. Knows where the sticks are, and that's a good route there by all the receivers. You know, it's 4th and 7, so if any of your routes call for, say, a 5-yard or whatever, anything shorter than 7, you know where the sticks are, and you adjust your route and get everything to the stick. So good job there recognizing the situation.
And 1st and 10 here at the 27-yard line. 2 backs lined up beside Weebler on his left and right. And looks like they're looking for a short pass here, and he's pressured, and he's going to get rid of that one. And that's the 3rd straight play where Weebler was pressured in the backfield by the Cardinals defense.
Yeah, good pressure, but like I said, Weebler does a good job of playing a bigger game than what he really shows. He's listed at 195, plays a little bigger than that. Listed at 6 foot, plays a little taller than that. So, and he's done a great job of keeping Capital's offense rolling and really in this game against a strong Otterbein defense here today. Running back in the flat.
And Weebler is going to be brought down in the backfield. And did the ball come out on that
Yeah,
one?
they're rolling it a fumble.
Let's see who comes out on top of that one. And the Cardinals look like they have it. See what they call.
Yeah, whenever there's a fumble, you always just start pointing in your direction, and you just assume it's yours. So
even if you know it's not.
Exactly, you just start pointing in your direction.
And
Moving on the field, this offensive player was down.
oh, they're going to call him down. Wow.
Oh my.
That's a big call there.
Well, the back judge threw his possession. They have a little. It's a little blue, black or blue. It's a little beanie that they throw out when they see a fumble or a possible change of possession. So he threw it out. So in his mind, it's a fumble. Obviously, someone overruled him and ruled him down.
And like you said, Division III doesn't have instant replay, but in any other instance, that likely would have been the go-to in that instance.
Yep. So you're still an Otterbein defense. Now you got to adjust. How do you handle the adversity? You still got them in a 3rd and long.
Yep, 3rd and 13. So still pretty good field position for the Cardinal defense if they can stop them here. Let's see what Weebler decides to do here in the Crusader offense. With coming up on 2 minutes left to go in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, got to burn a timeout here.
First charge timeout, Capital.
And it looks like they had Schoonover running across the front of the quarterback there on that one before the timeout was called.
Yeah, just a little miscommunication there. And as the play clock starts ticking down, smart call there. You still got 2 timeouts left in this one. Take your timeout, 3rd and long. Dial up the play you like. Make sure everyone's on the same page. And from Otterbein's perspective, you know, you're settling yourself into you know, does Al Moore want to bring the blitz? They've done a good job with applying pressure, but now you also got to account for it being 3rd and 12, and they've done a good, and Capital so far, especially on this drive, has done a good job of moving the chains.
Yeah, and 3rd and 13 here on this season, the Crusader offense is only 36% on the year, and in that 1st quarter, they converted only 1 of 7. 3rd down. So let's see if they're able to convert this one. At the 31-yard line, got to pick up 13 yards to move the chains. As Weebler's lined up in the shotgun with Butler to his left and 2 receivers on both sides. And he's looking to his left side. He's going to dart one, and I thought, but it looks like he did drop it.
Yeah, really just a jump ball there.
And it was incomplete by Lee.
See what the decision here is for Capital.
4th and 13 at the 31.
Keeping their offense on the field. You know, this is where you got to be aware of. And maybe you've seen it on the film. Maybe if they have the opportunity to do a quick kick here, or are they truly going for it?
Yeah, and they completed that last 4th down conversion right at the marker. See if they, and he's pressuring the backfield, and he's got to throw that one away. And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
That's a big turnover there for Otterbein. I didn't care for the play call there. Anytime you get them rolling out, you're limiting the half of the field, and it's more, or it's less area that the secondary now has to cover on a 4th down situation. When you got to get it all, it's all or nothing.
And let's see if the Cardinals can drive the field and convert on that turnover on downs, as they're going to start their possession at the 31-yard line with 1:44 left to go in this 3rd quarter, as they trail by 3 points, 16-13 to the Capital Crusaders. They got a 3-receiver look here on the close side of the field.
Still just man coverage here.
And Dakota Smith is going to run it to the outside on the right side. And
they're going to call hold.
Yep. Would have been a big pickup, though, if there wasn't.
Dakota Smith, the ball carrier, penalty markers on the play.
And we've seen quite a bit of those flags here in this game tonight.
Yeah, and it's just part of the game, and it's how you respond to them.
Offense number 5, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, it wasn't on number 5 because Peyton Vandercore's out, so it was probably on Dylan Tuggle there, number 8. But still a penalty nonetheless.
Penalty marks the ball at the 25-yard line. 1st and 16.
So that's going to back. And that's going to back the Cardinals up. And nice pass there by Bryce Hall.
Yep, Dylan Tuggle with the catch. Makes up for that holding call. Able to move the sticks. Good throw there. That's just a power throw there to the outside.
Jake Elson on the stop. Play gains to the 42. 17-yard gain. Otterbein.
So 17-yard gain is going to move the chains there and bring up a new 1st down and 10 as we approach 1:10 left to go in this 3rd quarter. As we got Bryce Hall still at the quarterback here. And it looks like he's going to overthrow that one. And then, very close to being picked off on that one.
Yeah.
Probably should have been.
Hall got a little greedy there. He had the dig underneath. It's kind of a high-low look there. And it was, looked like it was Leonardi. Yeah, Leonardi had open on the same side of the field. But it was 1st down, take your shot. 2nd down, you can come back down here.
Yeah, and he did have Tuggle open there for a second, but he overthrew that one by quite a few there, and it was almost picked off. So they got the 3-receiver look on the left side there, and Bryce Hall is going to keep it for the designed run on this one.
Good hard run there.
And he was almost brought down there at the line of scrimmage, but was able to push through on that one.
Blaine McCulley makes the stop.
So that's going to bring up about a 3rd and 5, it looks like here.
5 yards to the 47, 3rd down 5.
And in the first half, the Cardinals were 4 of 9 on 3rd down conversions, which is pretty good compared to the 25% 3rd down conversions on the season. So let's see if they're able to convert this one. And nice play there. Caught there by Tuggle for the 1st down, but we do have a flag on the play.
Down. Probably going to be a hold here.
Bryce Hall's pass complete to Dylan Tuggle.
Personal foul, shot block. Offense, number 65 and number 2. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. 3rd down.
That's the senior Evan Canale. And maybe this is more of a pet peeve of mine, but anytime a penalty is called, rather than just going palms up and looking around and acting like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? And I'm not just signaling out Evan Canaley. It's all over the board. Get back in the huddle. Get back. The call was made. Now go play. Go play football.
Yep, so that's going to push the Cardinals back to a 3rd and 20 here. It's a very unmanageable 3rd down here. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter here as we're coming up to start the 4th quarter here as the Crusaders still lead the Cardinals 16-13 there. What did you see in that 3rd quarter for the Cardinals here?
Well, I saw some strong defensive play minus just the one blown coverage. It was a one blown assignment that they were able to score on. Other than that, the Otterbein offense has really started shooting themselves in the foot. The interception thrown by Hall, and a couple bad penalties, a couple holding calls that's really drove them back. So to me, I think this Otterbein defense can hold the Capital offense. I think they've done a good job of that. And I don't think it's out of the question for them to hold Capital here to 16 points. So now the tide has definitely turned, and the pressure's on this Otterbein offense to come away with some sort of points here. If you can kick a field goal and tie it, that's huge. But ultimately, you're looking for 6. You're looking for scores. And ultimately, it's 4th down, and this Capital team's hungry, looking for their first win of the year. And it's crunch time right now.
Yeah, we talked about this quite a bit in that first half. Bryce Hall did a very good job taking over this offense and eventually leading them that 99 yards to score that touchdown. But here in this 3rd quarter, there was a different story, and the offense just hasn't shown up very well, like you said. So let's see what they like to do here as Bryce Hall.
It's a soft man look here. Everyone's off, about 10 yards.
He's by himself in the pocket here, and he's pressured quick. And he had nowhere to go on that one. He's brought down in the backfield.
Yep, you got to punt now.
Cole Carter on the tackle for the Crusaders.
By Carter there for the Crusaders. Cole Carter, the junior, 5'11".
Lost to the 28-yard line.
So that's going to bring up a very long 4th and
4-yard loss, 4th down,
23.
24. Luke Greenlover to punt for the Cardinals.
So let's see if the Crusaders bring some blitz here and look to block the punt, or if they look to hang back and return. And pretty nice punt there. Oh, and he's hit hard. That ball came out, and looks like
it's going to be it. This looks like Otterbein's ball, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like they picked it up, but there's a flag on the play. But that was a hard hit there.
They might call helmet to helmet.
Yeah, he was lit up on that one.
Looks like Capital ended up back with it anyways.
Capital, penalty marker on the play.
Must have came out on top on that scrimmage. But looked like the Cardinals did come up with that one, but somehow the Crusaders didn't end up getting it.
Yeah, well, and they're definitely – he didn't signal for a fair catch.
It's kind of surprised me.
So it can't be that. So the only thing I can figure here, based on where the flag was thrown, is if you're looking at helmet to helmet.
Which I think it was close, but I think he lowered his helmet into the chest.
Yeah, and again, it's so hard to see in real time. And obviously they're going to talk about this one, get the call right.
Either way, it was a big hit, but it's good to see the returner get up and not be hurt on that play.
It's a football play. But there was a big opportunity there for Otterbein to really get back into this one.
So here's the
Kick catch
call.
interference. Number 22, kicking team. 15 yards from the spot of the foul.
I don't know about that one.
I don't understand how that's fair catch interference, considering he never signaled for a fair catch. But wow,
that's a questionable call there, especially for 15 yards.
That's oh my, wow.
Well, if you're the Cardinal defense, you can't let it get you down. It happened. Nothing you can do about
Exactly.
Just hold your fort.
Yep. They've done a great job defensively so far, and they got to find a way to get the ball back.
Yeah, you got to hold the Capital Crusader offense here with 14 minutes left. You can't allow them to score on this drive. So Weebler and the shotgun here. Looks like he's going to hand it off. And
Dylan Schoonover carries.
Schoonover looks like he picks up about 3 yards there as the Cardinal defense brings him down. As we approach just under 14 minutes left to go in this third quarter with a 16-13 lead for the Crusaders.
Still plenty of time for Otterbein. Only down by 3. And Capital by no means is going to take their foot off the gas here.
And Weebler's going to drop it. He's pressured quick, but still gets rid of the ball.
Yep, just a quick screen there. Good job by Weebler. He knows he's going to take a hit. Kind of sidearm slings it out. And Colton Miles is able to make the play, keep him to a third down.
Third down 4.
Yeah, and Weebler's done a pretty good job here in this second half of getting rid of the ball and very good decisions when he's pressured.
Yep, and I talked about it at the top of our broadcast. Talked about his ability to just stare down the barrel and make plays, and he's shown that tonight.
And he's lined up by himself in the backfield here, and he's going to take it and run. And he's going to pick up the first down there as he passes the 45-yard line.
Now Lewison makes the stop.
Keeps the clock running here.
44. Capital football, 1st and 10.
See if they just keep it on the ground. They've done a good job with some misdirection here, setting up some quick screens. And Weebler's done a good job of running it in between the tackles.
Yeah, let's see if they elect to run it with Butler here on this 1st and 10 here, or if they elect to give Weebler the decision here. And yep, they're going to give it to Butler, and he cuts back to.
Good hit there by Colton Miles, but a good gain nonetheless.
About a 5-yard gain there.
Tackle by Colton Miles.
For Butler.
4 yards to the 40, 2nd down 6.
And the Capital running game hasn't really been very effective tonight, as Butler's only ran for 15 yards on the night.
Yeah, and it's a credit to the Otterbein front and their linebackers. We talked about Jake Harper a lot tonight. We've talked about Ryan Tucho. Colton Miles has gotten his name called. They've done a great job.
And Weebler's pressured again. He's got to get rid of that one. Somehow gets the ball to the receiver. Number 5, Connor McLeod, but there's a flag.
Flag thrown.
I'm not sure how he got that one off.
Holding. Offense number 79. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 2nd down.
Yeah, it wipes out a really good play there by Weebler. It was Ryan Tucho, the junior inside linebacker, who just came with a full head of steam on him. Weebler is able to make him miss barely with him draped on top of him. Come away with a good throw. But that'll be wiped out.
And that's going to be the 15th penalty between these two teams tonight. As that penalty, the holding call, brings the Crusaders back to the midfield point right on the Cardinal logo with a 2nd and 16 with coming up on 11 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in this 4th quarter. And Weebler's lined up in the backfield with 2 running backs to his left and right. And he's going to drop back, and he's not pressured on that one, but gets the ball off. And some positive yardage there on the right side.
Yeah, that's a good pickup there on a 2nd and long situation. Puts you in a 3rd and about 8, 3rd and 9 maybe.
And that was the senior, Dylan Schoonover there. Picks up about some positive yards there, about 8 yards.
42-yard line, 3rd down 8.
And 3rd and 8 here. See if you can convert here if you're the Crusader offense. And if you're the Otterbein defense, you want to hold him here and give the ball back to your offense. And he's going to roll out to his left, and he's going to have to take this one and run. And ran to his own blocker on that one, so
yeah,
that
right.
slowed him down.
Ryan Tucho there again, just beats him with speed and is able to take out both Weebler and the lineman.
No gain, 4th and 8 at the 42.
Looks like they're going to punt.
Yeah, and the junior Ryan Tucha, we called his name quite a bit in the first half, and he's kind of been that anchor for this defense.
He's done, yeah, he's done a great job. And the best part about is that they're going to have him back next year. He's only a junior, and along with him, you're going to have Colton Miles back.
And JT Thomas, who fumbled that one play, that one kickoff, or that one punt in that first half. Let's see if he makes a good decision here, as the Crusaders get that one off and likely just let that go in the end zone. Yep. Good call there by JT Thomas to let that one go. So the Cardinals are going to start their drive here on the 25-yard line.
We'll see what
20-yard line, excuse me.
We'll see what Dan D'Amico, the offensive coordinator for Otterbein's, got up his sleeve here. You got to put together a good drive here. You got to think points, and if you can get in the field goal range, you got to do it. You have to take the points at this point. It's fourth quarter, down by 3. You've proven to yourself that you can do it. You've drove 99 yards with Bryce Hall at quarterback. Now you're only asking to go 80. I mean, it's and even less than that. You can get down to the 20 or inside the 20, get into the red zone and kick a field goal here.
Yeah, and they give that one to Dakota Smith, and he picks up some positive yards there after some nice shimmy plays.
Cole Carter on the tackle.
Yeah, Dakota Smith, his stats haven't really shown it, but he's done a great job today of earning those hard runs.
Yeah, and like you said, 9 minutes left. You want to burn some clock, but you want to make sure you score on this one because you can't give the ball back. And Dakota Smith, he's got some running room here, and he's finally pushed out past midfield.
That's a big play for them. Get to the other side of the 50. Oh, they're going to mark him. They're going to mark him that he stepped out just a yard or two before, but still a big gain there, and they see if they can keep their foot here on the gas.
Yeah, see if they like to give it to him again on this one, and looks like they will. And he's going to be brought down just at the line of scrimmage on that one. But that's going to put him at 91 yards on the night. So their running game has shown up tonight. He's had to work for it, but they've shown up.
Yeah, it has been. It's a very workman-like mentality that they have in the run game. You see Bryce Hall. He's done a great job. He's running in between the tackles and just put his nose in there and get them some yards. And Dakota Smith has done a great job of earning those extra yards after contact. So a solid night or solid day so far in that department for the Cardinals.
And 2nd and 10 here for the Cardinals, and a little late decision there, and they're going to lose yards.
Yeah, the course angle wasn't that great. Bryce Hall needs to really take that more downhill towards the line of scrimmage. What happens is he starts to fade it out, which changes your speed to the outside, and you lose distance. And that's a loss there, a big loss there. Put you in a 3rd down situation.
Yeah, and if you're the Cardinal offense right now, 3rd and 13 with 7 minutes, 20 seconds left, your momentum isn't looking too well right now. You definitely got to convert this one as Bryce Hall's looking downfield, and he had Tuggle open.
Yeah, that's the right read. You got hit. It was just a step or two out in front of Tuggle. And now, yep, you got a punt again.
4th and 13 at the 44.
Which, once you give this one up with 7 minutes, 12 seconds left, you still have some time if you can hold the Capital Crusaders offense, but you're running out of time quickly.
Yeah, for sure. And we've seen some glimpses of good plays, just like Dakota Smith's run there on that drive. You know, Bryce Hall has had a couple of decent throws and good runs. And now they just got to string it together and put it together in a drive.
And clean punt here by Otterbein. Not very good, as it only goes a little bit of a bounce. Gets about to the 19-yard line, but there's a flag on the play.
It's going to be a flag here. Looks like it's on the gunner.
Penalty marker on the play.
The left side.
So let's see what they elect to call here.
During the kick, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, Receiving team number 19. Half the distance from the end of the kick. First down.
And that's going to pin the Crusaders offense even deeper.
Another unnecessary roughness, personal foul, and those are the ones that are going to come back to haunt you.
Yeah, and you've hit on it quite a bit. Those are just those undisciplined plays that you just can't do if you want to win games like this.
Yeah, and this is a big opportunity right now for Otterbein and this defense come away with a turnover here. If they can force something out and either score themselves or put their offense back on the field in a great position, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, and like you said, once the Cardinals get the ball back, they don't even have to score a touchdown. You just have to get into field goal range to send this into overtime and tie it up at 16. So they're going to hand it off to the running back there.
Dylan Schoonover, the ball carrier.
Dylan Schoonover, the sophomore, as he's going to pick up about 2 yards there.
Safe play call. No need to take any big shot here. You're looking for anything safe. Could be a quick throw. Could just be keeping it on the ground. Last thing you want to do is, if you're Capital as an offense, last thing you want to do is give this defense any opportunity to come away with the football. And they're probably ultimately okay with just grinding down this clock a little more, keeping it on the ground, and flipping the field with another punt.
Yeah, definitely a good call if you want to burn the clock, as we're coming up on 6 minutes, 15 seconds. As Weebler's pressure in the back, and he's eventually going to be hit from behind, about at the line of scrimmage. So coming up on a 3rd and 9 here, just under 6 minutes to go. And if this Otterbein defense can hold the Crusader offense, you can likely get good field position on this punt.
Yeah, and Capital right now, which they've rarely said this year, is ultimately trusting their defense and trusting their ability to stop the Otterbein offense like they've done the past couple possessions.
And Weebler lined up in the backfield here. He's pressured again. See if they're able to bring him down, and they are. He still gets rid of it, but.
Yeah, that's a big stop there for this Cardinal defense. This is exactly what Tim Dopp was hoping for there when they punted that away. They got a good punt, got the penalty that tacked onto it, pinned him down deep, and now you're looking to get the ball, should be on the Capital side of the 50.
Yeah, and let's see if it's interesting to see if the Cardinals bring pressure and try to block this one and pick it up in the end zone. And they got close on that one.
That's close.
And JT Thomas able to hang on to that one. He's just going to run out about the 45-yard line. So like you said, good field position here for the Cardinal offense.
Yeah, and I like the call there. Dustin Calhoun, he's a special teams coordinator, dialing up more of a pressure situation there on the punt. And what happens is when you bring more pressure, you don't have the guys back to really set up a return. But that's all right because of the situation you're in. Bring the pressure, go for the block, and you're still going to be on the other side of the 50. So you're right now at the 45-yard line in a pretty decent spot to move the football on the left hash.
Yep, and coming up on about 5 minutes, 13 seconds left in this ball game. This is likely the last chance the Cardinal offense is going to get to score and either send us to overtime or win the ball game. So Bryce Hall is going to hand it to Dakota Smith, and he's got running room to run up. He's at the 20, and he's likely going to bring this one all the way for a touchdown on the very first play.
Wow, that's what they needed.
Got to bring you some energy.
That's exactly what they needed. We talked about Dakota Smith and his ability to work for the extra yards. He's been a workhorse for him today and this whole season. He's rewarded. Gets to the second, gets the feet moving.
Yeah, and you can just see the energy on the Cardinal sideline after that one.
Yeah.
And
big play.
That's going to put Dakota Smith over 100 yards on the ground here tonight. And after this extra point, that's off.
The post. Off the post.
Kick is no good, off the right upright. 5 5:04, fourth quarter, Otterbein 19, Capital 16.
Well, with the mixed extra point now, makes it interesting.
It does.
Because now Capital's in the same situation that Otterbein was. You don't have to settle for it. I mean, you can settle for a field goal and send this thing into overtime, or just go for the tie here. But I mean, that's ultimately what Dan D'Amico and this offense has been looking for. They've had hints of the big play. It's been there, a couple drops, some bad penalties. That's exactly what they need and what it's been setting up for all night. And absolutely great job by the offense sticking with it. And Dakota Smith gets rewarded. And now this Otterbein defense has their chance.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Otterbein offense on that last drive was looking to burn some time off the clock. But if you can generate that kind of play on the first down and score a touchdown, you take that every time.
You're taking the points every time.
Antoine Ship and Dylan Schoonover to return for Capital.
So that play only burned about 9 seconds off the clock as we're coming up on 5:04 left to go in this fourth quarter.
It's a good kick right there.
Crusaders look to run this one out, and he is eventually going to be dropped down at about the 18-yard line as that last touchdown and missed point after gives the Cardinals the 19-16 lead.
Got an injured Capital player.
And unfortunately, we've seen quite a bit of those as well.
Yeah.
As one of those was Peyton Vanderkoy, who, like we said, was out.
Looks like that's Wyatt Long, sophomore linebacker for Capital. And they're on the special teams and they're on the pile up.
So if you're this Crusader offense, you're starting your drive here at the 19-yard line, and you got to drive about 81 yards within 4 minutes, 57 seconds. And with a quarterback like Weeble, you know you can do that. But with the game that the offense has played tonight, you don't know if that's kind of possible.
Yeah, and right now I think Capital, you got to go back to what got you the points in the first half and what was able to kind of get you some drive and get you some sustainable drive is you got to go back to your quick hitters, get the ball out quick, get upfield. I think they'll come back to a couple more screens, just kind of nickel and dime, dink and dunk this thing down the field. And I think they have the quarterback to do it. I think their line has been better. They've been better up front in this second half. And we'll see if the pass rush can come back to life here for the Otterbein defense.
And luckily, Wyatt Long was able to walk off on his own after being injured on that kickoff. So like we said, 4 minutes, 57 seconds left to go for the Crusaders to drive down the field and look to score as they start on the 19-yard line. And nice pass there to number 5, Connor McLeod, and we've called his name quite a bit here in this second half as well.
Yeah, just
a go-to target.
They just release the running back into the flat, bring the receiver back in, settles down on a slant route. Good pitch and catch.
And Connor McLeod is a senior on this. And Connor McLeod is a senior on this team, so he's got some experience under his belt. As we start this 2nd and 2 for the Crusaders. As Weebler's going to give it off to number 27, Evan Butler.
Depending on the spot, they're going to give it to him automatically. Reset the chains here. Nigel Chapman's going to check back in at that nose guard position.
And let's see if they elect to give Weeble the decision to throw the ball or if they're going to elect to run it with Butler again on this 1st and 10. And Weeble's going to look to throw. And nice decision there.
Same exact play. It's the same exact play that they hit on the first play. Running back to the flat, you had your receiver, number 5. You had him sit down on a slant, and now you're just hitting it up over top. On the crosser,
Capital football, 1st and 10.
And that was Stanford with the catch.
Yeah, and who, like we said at the beginning, was likely one of the keys to this game, and he's only caught for 41 yards tonight. And
that one was
he almost caught that one too. Butler.
Yeah, and he had room to run too. I think that's a good play call there on first down, coming with the screen. Especially when Otterbein brings the pressure there.
And we're coming up on 2nd and 10 here with 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go as the Crusaders start at their 41-yard line here. And
miscommunication. Yep. He wanted the quick hitter.
Yeah, he was looking for Dylan Schoonover, but he wasn't turned around once Weebler got rid of that. But he was pressured again in the backfield again, so as the Cardinal sideline is trying to get the fans into this one, as they sense maybe a win for them tonight. First OAC win.
Some confusion on this Capital offense, personnel-wise.
Let's see who they look to target on this 3rd and 10. Maybe Dar Stanford again. And Cardinal defense is bringing pressure. Somehow caught there, but he's short.
He's going to be short.
It was complete to Dar Stanford.
That's going to be about 4th and 4.
And you got to go for it here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Likely your last chance if you're the Crusader offense to score, as you're probably not going to get the ball back if you turn it over here with coming under just under 3 minutes left.
Yep, it's crunch time right now. This could be the ball game.
Maybe the final play, we see the Crusaders on the offense. 4th and 4 here, 46-yard line. As Wheeler looks to throw quick, and they do pick up the first down. Good decision there.
Yep, there's the quick hitter we talked about. And Dar Stanford does a good job of just a quick little slant route, and he sits down in the hole of the coverage. And all you got to do is catch it and fall down, and you move the chains. Good play call, good execution there by Capital.
Zach Smith on the stop.
Yeah, and that's the 3rd straight play where they attack Stanford.
Yeah, they found a guy that they feel like they can get the ball to. And you got Colton Miles, the linebacker, playing over top of him.
And Weebler lined up in the shotgun again here. See who he looks to target. And he's pressured again and end up actually brought down here.
That's Nigel Chapman again.
About a 9-yard loss. That's substantial as you're put back behind the 50 now with just under 2 minutes left.
Yeah, we've seen Weebler a couple times tonight to be able to escape that. But Chapman does a good job of just wrapping on, not letting go. And again, that was only a 3-man rush there. Spells a lot of problems for the Capital O-line.
And they're bringing some pressure again, and Wheeler's going to have to, he's going to have to hold on to that one as he makes it to midfield. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and very long here.
Yeah, Capital's probably going to take a timeout.
Yep.
Yep. And I think right now, I mean, you got 2 plays, because you're sitting at 3rd and 15 here. You got 2 plays to get 15 because you're in 4-down territory. So you're probably looking at, if you can get anything under 10 yards, that's a success. Put yourself in a 4th and 5. So you're not looking for a 15-yard home run shot here. You're just looking for something that you can get underneath, get your guys in space, and chunk away at a little bit of this 15 and put yourself in a 4th and manageable.
Yeah, maybe looking at another one of those short routes with Dar Stanford again.
Yeah, they've liked Dar Stanford a lot on this drive, and they've done a good job. The Capital receivers, we talked about them having a hard time getting out of their breaks. Well, this half they've done a great job of finding the coverage and settling down in the open area, and it's made for some easy pitch and catch.
Yeah, and Stanford, who wasn't pretty non-existent in that first half, has kind of come alive here in this second half for a total of 67 yards, and they attacked him 3 consecutive times on that last couple of plays to pick up that first down on that last 4th and 4. So let's see what they like to run here on this 3rd and 15 at midfield at the 50. With Weebler in the back.
Cover 3.
With Butler. And he's going to have to hold this one on his feet, and pretty close to pick up the first down.
All right, picks up the 10 yards to make this a 4th and 5 that we talked about.
Yeah, and you called it. Makes it a lot more manageable as well.
It does, and now your play calling is a little more open.
11 yards on the previous play.
And when you make that call on 3rd down, as an offensive coordinator, you're looking at it and you've already got an idea of what you want. So now you've eliminated about 3 or 4 plays to get yourself. Now you're in 4th and 5, and you're saying, okay, what do I like against this look? And it wouldn't surprise me at all to see him attack maybe the short side of the field here. Empty backfield, five wide.
Yep, 4th and 4 here, 1:15 left. Likely the play that the Cardinals would like to stop the Crusader offense here.
This is going to be a delay of game.
Oh, timeout. Looks like maybe.
Well, they threw the flag in from the back.
Oh, they did. I did not see that. Good call.
But
Timeout, Otterbein.
But Otterbein called the timeout is what they're saying.
It's a little weird there, especially if the time is running out.
Tim Dalp's saying he didn't call it. But apparently he did.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute, 15 seconds.
That's a lifesaver there for the Capital offense. Whoa. So 4th and 5, left hash. Be interesting to see what personnel they come out with here. They had the 5 receiver look, which to me, you're trying to spread them out. And what you're probably doing there is you can look to a quick hitter, but it wouldn't surprise me either to see Weebler maybe keep this one up the middle and turn it out with his legs. They've been very successful running the football with him, and his ability to extend plays is going to be crucial here for Otterbein's defense. Look for them to put a spy on him and a closer spy. I don't know that they bring much more of a rush, probably still just your 3-man rush.
Yeah, and Weebler on that last 3rd and 15 ended up using his feet and picked it up 11 yards to cut this to a 4th and 4, very short, manageable.
Yep, here's that 5 wide look, 3 by 2.
Yeah, so let's see if Weebler keeps it or if he looks to maybe target Stanford again. Crucial play here.
3 to the boundary.
Stanford goes to the left side, yep, and a quick pass there.
That's caught, That's first down.
That was number 5, Connor McLeod, the senior.
Well, and you and I, we were talking about it, and Dar Stanford and how much he's been targeted this drive. They bring him in motion across, and it gives you 3 receivers to the boundary. So that opens up 2, and you just go a double slant here. And that's just a nice pitch and catch there to the wide side of the field. Gives you a lot of room to operate and come away with the first down.
And he's going to be looking to the left side. He's going for the end zone on this one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he caught that one.
Holy cow.
That's a catch right there. That's a very nice catch.
Holy moly. Under a minute.
Wow.
That was a man's throw and a man's catch. Holy smokes. Back shoulder on the seam right up the hash. Great coverage.
Yeah, it was.
Outstanding coverage. But a better throw and a
just better offense.
Better catch. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
So let's see if they can convert this point after here. And they do, so that's going to bring it to 23-19. If you're the Cardinals, you have to score a touchdown within 55 seconds.
Yeah, and it's not the worst thing, though, to be down by 4, because what happens is when you're down by 4, you know it's touchdown or nothing.
Yep.
When you're within 3, you start to get a little more conservative as a play caller and as an offense. So you know you're down by 4, and you've got under a minute. You got about 55 seconds. You need a big return here. Get yourself in solid field position, and be able to churn your way down the field. You're looking at out routes now. You're looking at quick things that you can get out of bounds and stop the clock. You're not looking at any home run shots here. You're just looking to churn your way down the field, get out of bounds, and stop the clock.
Yeah, you're likely not going to look for anything in the middle of the field, especially since you already burned that one controversial one timeout.
Yeah, and obviously a lot of miscommunication there. But, I mean, this return is big, too. How can you – what field position are you going to be looking at? And how much does that change your outlook as a play caller?
Yeah, so let's see if this kicking team looks to kind of squib it and kick it short, or if they're going to bomb it downfield.
I think you bomb this one.
Yeah, looks like that's probably what they're going to do. As Demetrius Shannon is deep. Nope. Oh.
Oh, that's big. That's big.
Good decision to just dive on it, too.
Yeah, fall on that thing.
Don't try to do something special.
That could be a big mistake for Capital. Yeah, ultimately what you're doing is you're fearing a big return.
Yep.
But, I mean, that is just as good as any big return right there. You just gave it to him right at the 50-yard line. And still with 55 seconds to come away with 6 here. And again, you're down by 4, so you're not getting conservative. You know it's an all or nothing here. You're getting it all, or you're going home.
Yeah, and you hit on it. Rather than having to go 70 or 80 yards, you've only got to go 50 now.
A much different game now.
As, like you said, Smith looking to the outside, or Bryce Hall, excuse me, and wasn't able to get out.
Wasn't able to get out, but that's a good completion. Okay, you're in a bit of a hurry up here, but you don't have to upset anything. Just stay in your rhythm, stay in your groove.
Yeah, you burned about 10 seconds just trying to get the play off here. Oh, you got to get out here. Nice catch.
Yep, that's a good job. Good play call there. Just a quick hitter. Bryce Hall doesn't even take his drop because he doesn't have to. It's a quick game throw. He just gets on his skateboard, relocates his feet to the outside, and good job there by Dylan Tuggle to understand the situation and get out of bounds.
Yep, and 31 seconds left. Looking for another out route here. That's a little miscommunication there.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought that Leonardi was going to break back to the outside. Sometimes you got a choice route there of you can choose whether you bring it in on a dig or an out. Obviously, miscommunication, but it's not the end of the world. The incomplete pass stops the clock. Lets you call the play that you want.
Yeah, and maybe a little miscommunication there because Leonardi hasn't caught a catch tonight. And he's looking for the end zone there.
Big
play. He's going to be in the 2-yard line there. 20 seconds left.
Now, yep, Tim Daub's going to take his timeout now.
Yeah, good call there. That's a big play there.
Yeah, that was a big play, and almost identical to what we saw down here on the other side. The way Capital scored, same throw up the hash. It's a man's throw. You put that thing on a line, and it was who made that catch there? Was that Reed Tucker?
I believe so,
Yeah,
yes.
that was Reed Tucker. Tucker does a good job of making no bones about it. He goes up and gets that thing at its highest point.
I mean, imagine this. You're Capital, you're down. You ended up a big play, scoring a touchdown on a great catch, and within a minute, Otterbein maybe scores and wins the game in the final seconds.
Hey, it's anything's possible right now. It's been a crazy game, crazy turn of events on both sides. And right now, see if they maybe pound this one in here with Dakota Smith. Only problem is if you keep it on the ground, that keeps the clock rolling. So it's 1st and goal. You can take 4 shots at the end zone here. You got Reed Tucker one-on-one down here at the bottom.
So really quick here, you got 1 timeout left. What are you calling? Run play, pass play?
I'm calling a quick slant out here to Reed Tucker.
Oh man, that was.
Yeah, they tried to come back with the play action in the little tight end pop over the middle of the ronk. They didn't get enough of a fake there on that jet to really sell that one. I don't think anyone bought the jet coming at them.
Yeah, the pass was a little high as well, but like you said, you still got time. You got 16 and a half seconds left.
But I'm okay with that throw from Bryce Hall. I want that thing high. It's either my guy or no one. So we're stopping the clock. Now we're 2nd down. Last thing you could possibly do here is force a throw.
You got Reed Tucker lined up on the left side there, and they're looking to run that one in.
Touchdown. He's short.
He
He's
stopped
short.
about the 1 yard line. He's somehow.
Tim Daub's going to call his last time out.
He's got to. 8 seconds left. I love the call, though.
Yeah, that's a great job. You brought the jet on action with it and went over top to the tight end, and it wasn't there. Now you bring the jet action. Now they got to honor it. Man.
So you got about a foot here. Are you running it in with the quarterback?
You got one play if you run the football. So what I think you do is I think you hit 2 pass plays here because you got 2 plays, 8 seconds. If you can get a quick throw off and it's either a touchdown or incomplete, that leaves you with about 4 seconds. You know, all you need is 0.1 seconds to get another play off.
Yep.
And you probably take a shot there, or then you can run it there on the 4th down if you like your look there. So I think this is a passing situation, and it's quick. It's going to be a quick slant. It's going to be a hitch, maybe a jump ball to the back corner, something that Bryce Hall can just catch, set his feet, and go. I would be shocked here if they run the football.
Hey, either way, this was a thriller, especially in this last couple minutes.
Oh boy. And we've talked about it all day about how much Capital's defense has struggled this year. And this Otterbein offense has struggled too. And they need about a foot.
Yeah, it looks like they changed the clock to about 9.8 seconds.
Now Capital's going to take a timeout.
Final timeout, Capital.
Yeah, definitely a big change of events here in this second half, especially the last couple of minutes of this 4th quarter.
Yep.
Big change of momentum on both sides.
Absolutely. I mean, this 4th quarter, that's a heck of a ball game. And really what we've seen in this 4th quarter is a lot of what we saw last year in that 49-42 shootout over in Bexley. And, I mean, both guys just slinging it around the yard. And, wow. My hat's off to Bryce Hall, though, the sophomore coming in here for an injured Steve Irwin when he got shook up, and Hall came in and really took the reins and has drove this thing down the field. Heck of a throw on the hash to Reed Tucker.
And you hit on it a little bit. The game last year, very similar. Crusaders had an opportunity late to score a touchdown, but was end up picked off by the Cardinal defense.
And that's just point of a rivalry game. We've thrown everything out the window, and it's down to this game, and right now it's going to come down to less than a foot. You're talking an inch.
All right, so you hit on this. You got 2 plays. It's 3rd down, 9.8 seconds.
I think you're looking at 2 quick passes here. Or the first one's definitely a quick pass. It stops the clock if it's not a touchdown.
Yeah, they got Lenardi lined up on the far
QB
side.
sneak. He dropped the football.
Oh goodness.
He's short. That's it.
Yeah, you got it. We got any more timeouts?
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's
it. Capital's going to win this game.
Yep. Yep, Cardinals going to finish. Capital's going to gain their first win on the season, as you can tell, 23-19. Bryce Hall fumbles on the 1 yard line with a quarterback sneak. Not really much else you can say, I think.
Well,
just bad communication, slippery on the ball.
I don't mind the call. Just because you start off in the shotgun look and then you come back down and try to pound it in with Bryce Hall, and wow, unbelievable finish. And unfortunately for Bryce Hall, the way it ends is not the way that he made. He kept them in this game. Wow. I mean, I'm speechless, man. This is
that was a thriller. That was exciting to watch.
Yeah, it was. Rivalry game, and this one, it's a gut punch for Otterbein. It really is. Yeah, wow. But my hat's off to both of these teams and their ability to grind it out. I mean, this was a slugfest when it came down to it. When they made plays. And Capital is going to get their first win of the season.
Yep.
Ties Otterbein, and they'll actually leap them in the standings, in the OAC standings, getting that OAC win.
Yeah, and you hit on it. That's going to give Capital not only their first win of the season, but their first OAC win. And Otterbein has yet to win in the OAC this year.
Man, this is a.
They had the chance.
They did.
It was close.
And so you look ahead. You got next week. You got a very, very tough Marietta team. Marietta's only lost one game this year, so they'll come into Westerville. And you finish the season, you got to go on the road down to Wilmington. So, wow. I mean, you know, you watch a lot of football games. It doesn't matter who you're watching. It doesn't matter the record. You can throw those out the window when it comes down to it. We watched a fun football game here today.
It ended in rivalry fashion.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
All right, so we're going to be signing off here today in a thriller here at Memorial Stadium between the Capital Crusaders as